Welcome. You are now listening to Click Click Play. Please enjoy.
Fight!
Hello and welcome to episode 86 of the one, the only Click Click Play podcast. I'm BiggusBennus, and joining me as always, like the good old days, is the one, the only, the man who hasn't activated his microphone yet, so he won't be able to speak, Jordan Reese.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. How are you doing?
I'm good, yeah. How come it's just the two of us? Where's my boy Mellum?
Mellum is, well, he went to bed, not last night, but this afternoon. He
Why,
did.
is that out clubbing, is he?
Well, no, he stayed up for me for a lot of the 24-hour stream. He went to sleep then about, I don't think he went to sleep actually after my stream. So, yeah,
He's a
he'd
good
been up.
boy.
Yeah, well, he'd been up for a long time, probably even longer than me. So yeah, he's having a sleep. However, he should be, if he's not joining us halfway through the podcast, he should be around afterwards because we're going to be doing a duo stream of
That'll be a treat.
playing some Rainbow Six Siege.
Never heard of it.
Oh, it's a great game. Great game to play with friends. Feels weird.
How'd your stream go, Ben? You tired?
Oh, yeah, so I did a 24-hour stream from 5 p.m. on Friday to 5 p.m. on Saturday. It went really well, actually. Just great. Like, I switched games, switched co-hosts, so Mellum wasn't stuck with me for a whole 24 hours this time. It kept it fresh. My brain went to mush a bit near the end, but I started on the caffeine a bit earlier. Felt really alert. And at the end of the stream, I was like, okay, I'm like the last hour. No, I think it was 2 hours. I was like, whoa, I'm really tired. And then right when I finished the stream, I'm like, I'm going to get a McDonald's. So I went and got McDonald's.
What time is it? What time is it in Spain when you finished?
5 o'clock. So it's only like 4 o'clock.
That's not too bad. So I guess you can have a bit of food and then go to bed.
Yeah.
And just sleep.
I went to bed at, well, I tried to stay up a little bit so I wasn't going crazy time. I went to bed about 8 o'clock and literally fell asleep instantly. And then woke up at 9:15 this morning. So I had over 13 hours sleep. Which
Nice.
was,
And did you feel, were you just back in the game? Are you normal?
Yeah, I feel fine now. I feel really
Sweet.
fresh. In fact,
Nailed it.
had a siesta as well, just to add to my sleep count. But I feel very fresh, and I probably
I'm terrible without sleep. Like if I don't get sleep, I can't do anything. The days are right off.
I thought I would be grumpy because if I'm a bit tired, I get grumpy. Like there'll be people in the chat who are just saying something nice. They're just saying something weird and a bit unusual, and I'll be like, "Oh, why are you saying that?" And I get grumpy. Grumpy Ben is not good, Ben.
Did you get any trolls?
Yes. Oh, we got a lot of trolls. Guess what game we were playing?
Oh,
What game do you think produces the most trolls? It's really easy.
I don't know. Fortnite?
Yeah, Fortnite. Played Fortnite for like an hour and a half. Jesus Christ, the amount of children that come by with, hey, will you watch my friend's stream? He's got no viewers. Nope. I mean, that's not even trolls. It's just,
Yeah,
just
that's not a troll. That's just a child.
just a child. My cousin's playing. No, it's not your cousin. It's you. And you've got no view. You just going around other people's streams, spamming your own link. Oh,
Scum.
yeah. No, the only troll we had was Brenda. No, Brenda's she's a great mod. She was like, I keep an eye on the chat all the time. Like every few seconds, a second if I see the chat moving, I'm straight at it. But with Brenda, like every time there was a troll there, that message was deleted instantly. I didn't see a single trolley message.
Nice.
It was great. I did some. Well, should we go into some games? Oh, no.
Sure.
Before going to games, tell me, John, how was your Christmas?
I love Christmas, Ben. Have I told you this?
I see. Well, you're a very religious man, so I thought you go to
big
mass.
follower of Christ.
Well, yeah, as in
Always say that.
Christ, as in
My main
Christ,
man,
or
Jesus.
as in Jesus? Okay.
Jesus Christ, yeah, Son of God. But no, Yeah, it was great. Like today is my I've got a real Sunday night kind of feeling today because like tomorrow's the first proper day back to
Yeah,
work. Like I
same here.
technically worked for a couple of days last week, but just worked from home, and half of the organization that I work for weren't online anyway.
Mm.
So there was nothing really to be done. But then tomorrow is everybody's back, and it's back to work, and Christmas is over, and the decorations have come down. You might see that I've got glitter all over me.
Oh, I just thought you
Um,
were thought you'd come out over Christmas.
Raven,
Yeah.
but and I don't mean dancing, but no, I had to put away the second tree today. Laura had a second tree put in the living room. It's got all glitter all over it, and then getting it into the attic. Obviously,
Oh.
the glitter falls down onto me, so it was just a shower of glitter as I put it away.
Oh.
But yeah, Christmas was lush, pal. Really, really good. How was yours?
Fine.
Did you do Christmas in Spain?
Oh, they will go. They do. Well, today's Christmas Day in Spain.
What?
Yeah, they don't like 25th of December is a kind of a little bit of a day, but the big day is today. It's the 6th of January, King's Day or Epiphany, as it's called in
That's
the
gross.
UK.
So how come you're working tomorrow then? If tomorrow's Boxing Day, then?
No, well, tomorrow is just a normal day, back to work. But yeah, they always have from like the Friday. Well, they have. If you were working in Spain, you get 2 weeks off minimum at Christmas, and so I broke up on Christmas, the day before Christmas Eve, and then I'm going back tomorrow. But that's like usually it. It's really unfortunate, as Brenda says, when a holiday falls on a Sunday. It is, except if you're in the UK, because when like public holidays, if they're on a weekend, don't they just move them to the Monday? Oh, they're always moved to a Monday, except for Good Friday. There's only like one public holiday in the UK that's on a Friday. The rest are always on a Monday. But here they always get 2 weeks off. It's quite nice because then you have Christmas, and then you've got another week and a half left. So I like that. But this will probably be my last time here doing that. Hopefully moving back.
We'll get to the game section in a sec, but like I was looking at Christmas as lush. I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna finish a couple of games, and it just didn't happen. Like I played a lot of stuff, but I just bounced from game to game.
Yeah.
Just play like half an hour of this, half an hour of that, and just nothing really stuck.
No,
unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, luckily it's been a month since we last did a proper podcast. So luckily it's only us two because we've got quite a few games I imagine that we've played. That we probably mentioned a little bit during the podcast, the Game of the Year podcast, but not sure. We haven't really gone into it properly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know Christmas fine. Dave he put the tree up, so I was like, you put the tree up, you can take it down. Because if we don't have a Christmas tree, it doesn't bother me whatsoever. I don't care. I don't care about Christmas. It's nice to have time off. It's nice to kind of put little lights and stuff on the top of my stream, but
Is it the same deal in Spain? Like, do they put a tree up and do they have cheap lights and trimming stuff all over the place? I can't imagine Barcelona doing that because the architecture's so nice.
Yeah, they don't really put it out the front of the buildings, but they're like in the street and stuff, or they'll put loads there. Although in Zaragoza, I used to live, there was this kind of edgy. It was a weird place. Like you went there, and it's one of those places where you go down, you sit, you have a meal, and then there's a show. And there was that, except the show involved a lot of nudity and people and very like traditional songs, but like mixing it up with naked women and men, like with their bits out. But then you'd have little old women in the front just loving it because they'd just been and had the nice fish supper. And
is it Spain that has like the racist Santa Claus or something?
That's
a blackface Santa.
No, I think one of the kings is black, but no, that's the Netherlands where Brenda pretends she's from.
I see.
Black Pete or something like that.
I know him.
Yeah. But they in fact Brenda I'm sure will be able to tell us it's always a white person that blacks up for it to be him. But I'm pretty sure in Spain as well there are 3 kings and one of the kings is usually black, so one of the people here they always black someone up. It's like, yeah, maybe not. And every year it gets
I'm for it.
Yeah. Love a bit of yeah. Dear me. Don't try to explain it, says Brenda, because it just makes the Dutch look racist. But yeah, no, they don't really do that. Although, yeah, but this club that had the naked a white person who blacks up, yeah, they don't actually find a black person to be that king. No. It's just a white person that they black up. But yeah, in that edgy club or bar or whatever it was, they had a Santa that was hanged. And they'd have a Santa literally with a noose around its neck hanged outside the front from the balcony, which I quite liked. It's very edgy.
Is that as grim as it sounds?
Well, you went past and you had a laugh. It was that. It wasn't. It was. You could tell what they were wanting. They were wanting to get a bit of a reaction.
Hmm.
All right. So time for games.
Yeah.
Time to play the game. It's all about the game. And how you play it, all about control. And if you can take it, all about your debt. And if you can play it, it's all about pain. And who's gonna make it?
What games are you playing, you bastards? You. Oh, we've been playing a few games. In fact, I'm absolutely knackered today because I've been playing a lot of Beat Saber in VR. Oh,
Been beating your saber, have you,
I've been
Ben?
beating my saber all over the living room. It's a right mess in there now.
Before you tell me about that, I just want to give a shout out to my friend Reese Howell Jones, who's just texted me to say that he's watching me,
Oh,
but he can't type in the chat. So I said I'd give him a shout out.
oh well, if he creates an account and clicks that follow button,
I don't think
links
he's
his
that bothered.
Twitch Prime. Yeah, all right. But no, he's Beat Saber's so much fun. Have you played it?
No, I haven't. If Rob is listening, he's going to get really annoyed because he's loaned me his PSVR, I think, with the intention of me playing Resi 7 in VR, but also playing Beat Saber. And like I said, I've just been in a bit of a rut when it comes to games. And you know what? I can't be fucked to plug that thing in.
It's a real pain. Like, I moved it
Like,
from
this
in
is
here.
my gaming room. We can see behind me. Like, I love it, but there's not a hell of a lot of room, and I really can't be fucked to fucking plug that thing in.
Yeah.
Like, I did have an Oculus, but I sold that on, kind of thinking that a new version would be out by now, but it hasn't come to fruition. So I'm still kind of waiting on that. But at least that was like 2 wires, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas
Although I think-
PSVR seems like it's a little bit more head work.
Yeah, I just want to wait for the next gen to do it. But yeah, I moved it from here. I moved my PlayStation and the VR stuff from here to the living room just so I could play it. And such a mess. I lost the 2 little kind of covers for my earphones, like in the move, and there's so much space down here now. I can't believe it. Just all the wires and crap. And it's
But I'm really interested in it. It's definitely my type of thing. I'm like I said, I'm waiting for a new Oculus or potentially a new HTC. And when I get it, I'll probably get I'll get Beat Saber on that, because with the PC version I think you can like just download basically any song for it.
Yeah, that's the one thing that's a bit annoying. The fact that there were about 10 songs, I want to say, maybe 12. But like one of them is good, and it was a free one that they only just added recently because it was in a League of Legends tournament or something.
So they license songs then, or they like
I don't know if any of the songs are licensed or if they're just made for that game.
they're made for the game.
They're just
Yeah, that
there
makes
are.
sense.
I imagine that they've been licensed at some point, but they've like the songs that no one will have heard of. And I looked at the PSVR subreddit. People aren't too happy with the songs. Like, I hate EDM. EDM doesn't mind. I want rock music. I
don't like EDM. Why are you playing that game? Like that game just screams electronic dance music to me.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't. It's great for that game. It's like you won't play Skyrim and go, oh, they've got this really atmospheric kind of music there in the background. I want a bit of rock. I need rock in this game. It's like, well, no, it goes with it perfectly because it's Beat Saber. You have to listen to songs with a strong beat. I can't imagine any like Jurassic Park theme. Bit of Hans Zimmer on Beat Saber. I'm not sure it would work. Maybe Pirates of the Caribbean would actually. But yeah, it's awesome. Like with the move controllers, every time you hit every time you hit one of the boxes, it vibrates. It just feels incredible. Oh, I love that game. But yeah,
assumingly you need to have the whatever you call them, the wand things for that.
The magic wand.
That's integral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do need those. It's a bit weird though. Like Dave was playing
They're
it
called
earlier.
move controllers. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. That's the official name. Dave was using it, but it was weird because the lights were the opposite color. So the lights on the move controllers were the opposite color to what they were in the game with the lightsabers, whatever they are. The sabers. I don't think they're allowed to call them lightsabers. But it's really cool. And like it's one of those that you want to do. It looks so cool. It feels even cooler than it looks, I think. So when you're in there and you're just bashing them away to each of the songs and each of the like. I went and did a hard mode version. Managed to win. I couldn't believe it. It was just, yeah, it feels epic when you finish them. But yeah, just.
Do you feel like you're getting a decent like cardio workout from it?
Yes. Dave wore a Fitbit, so he's got one of these Fitbits, and at the end of it, it said, "Congratulations on your sports workout." And I thought I was
Nice.
just a sweaty mess because I'm covered in the PSVR thing. But yeah, especially when you're doing like the harder levels, it is a real workout. My arms are really aching.
That's what I need, because I find exercise so boring. I need
Yeah,
to
me
find
too.
something that I can actually enjoy. And I don't know whether this will be it or not, but
Yeah,
worth looking at.
I could happily do like 2 or 3 songs every day if that's a bit of a workout. In the morning, wake me up.
Mm.
But yeah, it's so good, and it's making me want to play more VR. So I've downloaded Astrobot, but I haven't played it yet.
Nice.
But I think if I'd
You're
played,
bound to love that, surely.
yeah, if I'd played Beat Saber though, it'd have definitely made my top 10 of the year. It's so good, and I'm sure I've heard Astrobot is a lot of people's favorites. Just weird how a platformer in VR can get so high, like be so highly rated. Feels a bit weird.
Yeah, but when I first had my Oculus, is it Lucky, that like Fox platformer thing?
Oh,
Remember that?
yeah. We've got
Hey everybody.
Wait a sec, Manny's
Oh.
joined us. That's Manny's seat, isn't it?
Yeah, it's my brother's seat. I'm in Florida right now visiting them, so here I am.
Oh, I'm glad
You look so young and fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to shave for like a wedding thing, something of my brother's.
Wow.
But
Those
yeah,
headphones are nice. They're changing color.
I know. I'm like a Twitch streamer now, guys.
Oh, Andre,
Fancy a game of Fortnite?
have you played Beat Saber, Andre?
I have not. I've only admired it from a distance. It looks
Oh.
dope.
Yeah.
I saw somebody play the entire Shrek movie
What?
through Beat Saber.
What?
Yeah, look it up. Like somebody made the entire Shrek, and it's really cool because like you're kind of doing what like they're doing in the movie, but through Beat Saber. Like it's like an hour and 30-minute track of just the audio of Shrek 1. It's very strange, very weird game, and I want it, but I don't want to set up a. I guess I could buy a PlayStation. It's on PlayStation VR now, right?
It is, but you won't be able to get any of the custom tracks, unfortunately. But there are rumors that they're going to have a song pack or a DLC coming out soon. I really hope it turns out, because it's really popular, like on PSVR. But I don't know how popular. Well, PSVR is really a lot more successful than we thought. We had it as our biggest surprise or something, didn't we? And
yeah,
I would just love it to be like Guitar Hero, where you can just choose what songs you want, you download them. That would be perfect.
that'd be dope.
Yeah. Awesome. But yeah, so that was Beat Saber. Love it. Really can't wait to see what the future is for that game. It seems very much in its infancy. So playing games that playing songs that I like a bit of, Avicii or that Rap God. There was a remix one of the Eminem Rap God on the PC one that looked epic. I want to really try that one. And there's a campaign as well. Oh no, it's called career mode.
Are the difficulty settings?
I want a career. Yeah, they've got easy, normal, hard, expert, and then they've added expert plus. I did a hard level, and that was epic. That was really cool. There's one where
How do they manage difficulty? Is it just like faster?
No.
More to, or is it like a timer where there becomes more inputs?
There's more inputs. Because you have to duck and dive and all this stuff. And so one they added with the expert mode was you had to, because it tells you which direction you've got to hit them. And there's one where you've got to hit the left box up and the right one down at the same time, and then it alternates, so you're just going like that. It's feels awesome. You definitely do get a workout with that expert mode. Sweating like a fat lass. But yeah, Jordan, tell me a game you've been playing.
Sorry, I was just opening my WAM bar then.
Is that euphemism?
What have I been playing? Oh yeah, Battlefield 5 I've had a little go of.
Oh yeah,
That's right.
Yeah.
Pretty, isn't it?
It's so pretty, musically and visually.
I take it you're playing on PC.
Yep. And I played it on PC, and did I tell you what I did wrong? I was like, this is amazing. Like every now and again, I'll get a little frame stutter, even though I was playing on ultra graphics. Even I got way over 70, 80 FPS or so though with ultra graphics, and it kept stuttering and stuff. And I realized I had Destiny 2 running in the background, so ran a little bit better once I shut that down.
At least you didn't buy the Spanish version this time.
No, that was that was COD. Never buying a COD version.
Destiny, yeah. So yeah, so I've got Battlefield 5. I bought it on the Xbox. I don't think that game is selling very well because I got it for £25. which seems a bit low considering
got
it came out like
cheaper?
2 months ago.
I got Origin
But
Premium for €15, so I'm gonna play it on
yeah, I
that.
was kind of looking at that as well. But I don't know.
Mm.
Yeah, you're just filthy, aren't they?
Yeah.
So I thought I'd give it a go. I quite like Battlefield. I like these kind of big combat environments, and there's a lot of it's kind of like player unknown a little bit. And there's there's a little bit more negative space between the encounters versus something like Call of Duty. It plays very similarly. I didn't play much of Battlefield 1. It seems very similar. It seems like a reskin, basically, I would guess. Did you play much of the last one?
I did a bit, but I don't know. This felt more like I prefer the maps in this one. They felt a bit narrower, so you knew where you were heading, and you just didn't wander and suddenly get shot out of nowhere, which I liked. And also the weapons feel so much faster, obviously, with it being World War II.
Yeah. So like I said, I'm playing on Xbox. I'm playing on the X, and it looks great there. But I've got to see him on PC. Like I was watching your stream, and it's difficult to tell. Like I was watching it on a phone. It's difficult to see, but it looked like it was a step up again. And the Digital Foundries guys called it out as well as I think it was that Spider-Man and something else as like their biggest kind of games that they were impressed at from a tech perspective last year.
Yeah. Oh, it's stunning. It's also
that
the
map
only one.
with, like,
Isn't it the only one that uses RTX 2080 ray tracing as well at the moment? Or it's the
I
first
think
one.
it's the game's kind of pushing that forward. Like what the Digital Foundries guys called out is that what you see a lot of the time is that developers will basically spec towards the console and then just put some polish on the PC version. But it seems like EA and DICE specifically are kind of doing a lot of work to say, actually, you know what, here's the PC version, and there's quite a lot of differences between that and the console version. There's stuff here that you couldn't necessarily do, and obviously the ray tracing stuff is part of that.
Yeah. I loved it though. I just love the fact when you're shooting people, it comes up with how many hits you've had as well. So even if you don't kill anyone, if you're getting like 2 or 3 bits of like it tells you if you're registering a hit on somebody. So I was like firing into some smoke. Someone had a smoke grenade, and it tells me I didn't kill somebody, but I managed to get a bit of health off someone that as I was shooting into the smoke. Yeah. So it just feels really rewarding.
That's good for someone like me. I'm like terrible at these games. Like I totally missed Modern Warfare. I haven't got I'm just missing a part of my muscle memory that a lot of other people seem to have.
Yeah.
So I don't do very well at these games, but I think Battlefield does a good job of making you feel like you're doing okay when you're probably not.
Yeah. It does.
By just checking you a couple of you get points because somebody spawned on you.
Yeah, you do.
I don't fucking know what's going on. I haven't got a clue. I'm just running around. I played a lot of that game with the HUD turned off. Like my team must hate me because I just wanted to turn it off just to see what the game looked like. It looks fucking incredible without it, but you can't tell what's going on. Like all the soldiers look the same.
Yeah.
Am I right in saying, because you can customize your classes, like the way they look? Am I right in saying that because obviously you need to customize your allies and your Germans? I'm guessing that if the German people, you couldn't play as like Black or Asian characters. Am I right in saying that?
I didn't try that. Maybe I should have done.
I think that's the case. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Well, it gives you about 10 seconds to customize it before every round. So I was getting I changed my holographic site or whatever once, and then it's like, oh no, straight into the game.
It's on the main menu though. Like you can go in there and I play as the recon because, like I said, I'm shit. So I try to just stay away from everyone and have a little go at sniping people. But each of the classes you can basically customize the character, play as a guy or a girl, and
I'm not sure it's because
put a different Nazi trench coat on.
I'm not sure if it's because they realized I was in fascist Spain, but I played 8 rounds, and 8 of those rounds, every single round, I was a Nazi. They put me on the Nazi side, so I got a little bit upset. No, I didn't. They dressed better.
Oh God,
they were well dressed.
You're always typecast as a Nazi, man.
Hugo Boss. Yeah, Hugo Boss. Very, very fashionable. But that game is. I was expecting to play it for about half an hour. I thought this is annoying and turn it off. But I played good 3 hours or so, and just really, I could have played more. I'm probably going to play more of it as well. And yeah, I'm kind of tempted to actually buy it. If I see a really cheap sale, I might get it and cancel that, whatever it's called.
If I go for 25 quid on the Xbox, surely you can get that for like 20 quid on PC at least.
I know. I saw it for 30. I think it was. But here we go, €31 for Battlefield 5, and it's Yeah, it's even cheaper on the Xbox One Deluxe edition. Did you get the Deluxe or the Standard?
The deluxe was cheaper than the standard for some reason.
Yeah, here's the Deluxe. Oh no, the Deluxe version is now 20.
I don't think it's going well for that game at all. Like, something's not right.
Hey, no, you're
And
right.
all the DLC is going to be free, right? That's like the thing with that game.
Yeah.
No idea.
How did you?
I think they're scared of DLC now, aren't they?
Yeah. How much did you pay, John, for yours?
£25.
Oh wow, that's exactly the price it is on Instant Gaming. So pounds on PC.
Because they told me I had like a day to do it, otherwise it would go away.
Yeah, it's like 26 or 27. I'm tempted to get it because I do like it, and I probably won't use that Origin access or whatever it's called.
How is the camp? Have you messed with the campaign yet? The war stories?
No, but they throw you in at the like they did in the original one, where they throw you in and give you a taste of everything. That was quite cool.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel as polished as Battlefield 1. I feel like they spend a lot more time on making Battlefield 1, and this is like Assassin's Creed Odyssey to Origins. I feel like, and yeah, those campaigns. I don't know. It was weird. It's just little things like they're supposed to be so cinematic, but there was one where like it is cool. Like it's a technical showpiece, and went from like some snowy landscape to like a desert, and you die as one character, and then it warps you into this other one. But the way the level loaded, like I saw everything load before the action kicked in. So like I saw a tank just get like placed on the road, and I'm like, I would have thought that this is so like scripted. I would have thought you would nail that every single time. Yeah. Maybe it's just a one-off thing, but yeah, it's weird little things like that. But I'm not going to play those campaigns.
No,
at all.
The campaigns in 1 were awesome. I love them. I played it on PS4, I think. But yeah, it went really well.
And like tonally, they were all like different, which I enjoyed. Like
the game's so somber. Like,
yeah, that means
that's what I appreciate about it as well. It's like it's quite relaxing in a way, because instead of it being like between a round, there's some rock music fucking playing at me. It's like there's just a really slow classical piece between each round, which I quite appreciate.
I have no idea what all these grand operations and things like that are. Took a while to find a match. Were you okay for matchmaking?
Couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Talking of that, Player Unknown Battle. So I've been fucking around with Game Pass. I downloaded like basically everything. Player Unknown Battlegrounds.
Yeah. I love
I
that
waited
game.
10 minutes for a fucking game and nothing. Like I just gave up and uninstalled it.
Yeah. I played the snow level this morning. I woke up and I started playing it. My God, I love that map. Yeah, no. I mean, I was playing on PC. On the Xbox, it's hard. On the Xbox, it's still a bad game on Xbox. Anytime I come, anytime I wish you would have played around because it's just like everything loads in while you're on the ground. You can't even enter buildings because they're all just blobs. So funny. I still enjoy playing it on Xbox because like I'm bad and everybody else who's playing it's also bad. But like on PC, I played that new snow level, and fucking love it. It's probably my favorite map. It's small enough that it doesn't feel like I'm walking around forever, but it's big enough that I can like get into a car and just drive in circles. So highly recommend.
Is that the third map? Is it?
Yeah, third map.
Fourth map, isn't it? Fourth map.
Oh, fourth. Yeah, the small one. I totally forgot about that. Never played that one yet.
Yeah, but as Mal says in there, if you want to play a snow level with PUBG but slightly more polished, try Ring of Elysium. Fortnite. No, Ring of Elysium. I played a little bit of that, which is just like PUBG, but a little bit less fiddly and less buggy. It's not perfect,
or just stay in the snow area of Fortnite, and you can pretend like it's. Oh
God, everybody goes there. It was. I actually quite like the snow area Fortnite. I played a bit of Fortnite yesterday too, which was that game changes so much. Like Flush Factory doesn't exist anymore.
I saw you were flying in a plane.
Yeah.
What the fuck's that about?
Oh yeah, I had no idea how to control that thing. I'd end as escape to leave the plane. I had to press the end button. Whoever uses the end button. And
so is that like a permanent thing now?
I hope not. I hope they get rid of it. It's nice for this map or this season maybe, but I imagine it'll go soon.
Is it just always in the same place in the environment, or is it some kind of item that you need to?
No. There's like hangars. If you want a plane, you can go and get a plane. They're not what everybody wants, but it's kind of cool. Like this, it adds a different effect. Like if you're in a house or something, or you're around somewhere and you hear a plane, like you're gonna go and hide in a house for it, because otherwise they'll just like ram you or shoot you from above.
Does the plane have like guns?
Yeah, and it's pretty powerful. It's like if a couple of people, like if a team with planes come at you, you're going to be pretty much screwed, unless you're a pro.
Fucking good for them though. Like that game.
Yeah,
Like that game didn't have planes in it before. Now it does.
I'm so glad we added that.
That's weird.
I'm so glad we gave the best ongoing game to that because they really do. They change it up so much. They've got like balloons now as well. You can use balloons to get like to jump extra high.
God.
That doesn't sound
I
as
wish
impressive.
I wish I enjoyed that game. Like that game looks so much fun when people play it.
I
wanna
enjoy it
match-
fine. Like I've played a couple of hours of it. If I didn't have other things I needed to play, I could easily see myself losing some time to it.
Yeah, Brenda says
Too
they've added
colourful for me.
so much unnecessary BS in it. Yeah, I mean, although they've added loads of unnecessary stuff, like you can have a bag on the back with an animal in it that pokes its head out.
What?
Yeah, you can have you can have pets. And
I'm
stuff
sold.
in it.
Like a cosmetic or
Yeah, so there's a cosmetic on
yeah,
your
that's
back.
fine. What's wrong with that though? That's not like it's not hitting the balance of the game, is it?
No.
I'd be more concerned about adding planes. Like, is that...
Yeah, I don't like. I hope they get rid of the planes soon. I'm looking forward to seeing what the next. Because it's cool as a bit of a gimmick, but I like proper traditional Fortnite.
Are you just not good at it? Are you
Balls,
just not
balls.
good at flying planes,
Yeah,
Ben?
I'm
Good,
good
Ben.
now. Yeah, now I am. I actually killed someone.
Do
Once
you
I've
have like dog fights and stuff?
Yeah.
I'm guessing there's more than one plane.
Yeah. You can
Sounds
have
great.
dog fights, and people can shoot you down. And
I reckon those planes will stay.
I don't know anybody who's happy with them in there permanently.
I am.
The Fortnite community doesn't know what they want until they're given it. All right.
Or just stick 1 or 2 planes in. Like if it's just 1 or 2 in the
Yeah.
map, that might be okay. But like
How many are there?
quite a few. Like there's a hangar with a group of them in, so you can go as a team and just fly around. And yeah,
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it
When you
does.
describe it as something that sounds pretty cool.
it was cool when I played it, and then it's like, yeah, okay, that's fine, that's cool. Hopefully there won't be any more. They want to keep it interesting. Yeah, they're slowly making it an entirely different game, which I think they have to, so it doesn't go stale. Don Beagles, the Eve Online. Did he? Oh, Don, can we ask Don what's your game of the year 2018? He's just started another modern game, Divinity: Original Sin 2. That's such a good game.
Lovely that.
So good, I never finished it, but it is really good. If Ninja
Waiting
wants
for the
it,
Switch
it
port.
stays in. Yeah, if Ninja, I don't know if Ninja likes it or not.
Who
Like what?
cares? Ninja still
Epic
tried to make
do.
people do their dance, the
Oh, did you-
floss
did
dance,
you
and
s-
it was very funny.
Did you see that New Year?
Oh, of course, I was there.
Were you there in Times Square?
No, of course not. But I was like in Brooklyn watching it on TV, kind of
Oh,
in the background of some bar,
No.
and I'm like, oh, this kills me to see like that happen. It's just
that's
like,
what a gamer looks like.
yeah, exactly. He represents everyone who plays video games at this point.
Yeah.
And look at Jordan; they couldn't be more different.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, fuck yeah.
Oh, yeah. Watching that, like my butt clenched. I could have.
Oh God.
Oh, do you see that, Jordan?
Like, know your audience. Your audience isn't going to be in Times Square. That's going
In
to
the
be like a
rain.
bunch of old people in the rain.
And they're probably
somebody
foreign.
explain to me what he's done. What did he do on New Year's Eve?
He got well. Let me show you the video, John. In fact, I can put the video on
Oh,
the
no.
stream so you
I
can
don't
see
like
it.
his face. Just tell me what he did.
No.
Okay, I'll tell you. Let me tell you. He did like a live stream for like I think 12 hours on New Year's Eve, and it was like leading up to New Year's Day. It's like the ball drop and stuff like that. And then at one point he goes out to talk to like the crowd, and he's like, "Hey, everybody, how's it going?" Nobody knows who he is. He's popular online, and the people who care about him are watching him online.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Like, I barely know who he is, so there's no way that anybody like really like if you're,
He's
if you're in
huge.
Times Square for New Year's
can't-
Eve, you're probably not a child, are you? It's probably all adults. So
If you look at the
Exactly.
stream, if you look at the stream, this is it.
I kind of want to see it right now.
Are we gonna get some tunes on?
Really ready?
got the stream
And
open.
3, 2, 1. Yeah.
Hold up. Come on, baby. We got no one. Come on, man. I want to see the crowd. Get
There's
it.
one
Yeah,
person.
God.
One person that in that one.
Wanna come up?
So basically, he tries to make everyone in the audience floss dance, do a little Fortnite dance, and nobody's
Look,
having it.
nobody's
No.
moving.
It's like 1 o'clock, and
God, it's not that big.
They find like 2 people in the crowd that will do it. That one guy, and then they repeat the same guy again.
An amazing song. Thank you guys so much for tuning
Awesome job,
So a guy just
Awesome
clapping.
job,
That's what you do.
everyone. No, it was terrible.
Oh, it's raining, his hair's bad.
Yeah,
I don't.
that was cringe.
He's a character. Like I'm good for him. You know, it sounds like we're
Oh, he
hating
got
because we
paid
are.
so much.
Oh, for sure, he got paid so much. And you know what? I mean, I don't like him. I don't like anything he does. I don't like his personality. I don't even think that he's that good of a personality.
Mm.
I think he just hit it at the right time. Like he was good at a game that became very popular, and yeah, whatever. I don't like him. I'm not gonna like him. I don't like whatever. I'm gonna just sound super negative. But yeah,
I don't mind him. I've watched it before.
I think
Seems
he's
alright.
fucking scum. Right,
I think he's scum too. Finally, so I can talk to Jordan. He's a piece of shit who thinks he's. You think that one guy thinks he's God? Oh my God! Can you imagine how he feels? You know for a fact in his head, he's like, no, I am 100% better than everyone who watches me.
But he
All
is.
80. He's not. He's a fucking red-haired weird kid who just gets a lot of money to play.
Green
video
hair
games.
now, isn't it? Or blue? I'm not sure what it was
Oh,
then.
who gives a fuck? I hate him. Whatever. I'm broke as fuck. What do I know?
Yeah, that's why I hate him as well. But yeah. So what were we talking about? Fortnite? Oh no,
Video game.
PUBG.
Fortnite.
Yeah, video games.
PUBG. Yeah, Ring of
PUBG.
Elysium. Try it. It's free to play. You might like it.
Is it?
Yeah, it's free.
It's on PC.
Yeah. Jordan,
I
give
can
it
only
a
play
go.
for the next 2 days on my brother's PC.
Here we go. You might like it. And also as well, what's amazing when you pick up attachments for weapons, they automatically stick it on your weapon.
That has to be a thing that PUBG just does.
Yeah.
Like I don't know why they don't do that. And you know what I don't like about PUBG? This bothers the fuck out of me. And I just realized it. When you pick up a gun and you have to load it right at the beginning, you have to reload it, but then you can drop it and then pick it up again and you have to reload it again. I'm like,
didn't
I
notice
already
that.
put the clip in. Just remember that. Like that bothered me. I died because I had to reload a gun that I just picked up again. I was like, oh well, I'm stupid.
I'm really looking forward to the battle royale of Battlefield when that comes out.
Oh man, that's
supposed
gonna be great.
Yeah, that's soon, isn't it? That's in the first quarter of this year.
But it's like weird, right? Isn't it like a team thing? I heard it's like I forget what. There's some weird stipulation with it that's like it's squads only, but like squads of like 6.
They just need to do it right. Just fucking like Call of like Blackout is too close to PlayerUnknown Battleground. Like they played it too safe, and I think you do need to mix it up a little bit. There's no need to like have all the weird, like just like what you just said about the how you add attachments automatically and all that kind of stuff. Like Black Ops has kind of inherited some of that shit from PlayerUnknown. I don't know why. But Battlefield needs to avoid that. But still, just they've got the massive maps. They've already got 64 player servers. Even if they just kept it to 64 players, happy days. Just fucking make it a death match. Let's just see what happens with it. It'd be perfect.
I thought on PC they had like 60 versus 60. Like
Oh,
I thought
yeah.
that was like
Is that already a thing?
60 v 60,
on PC, yeah.
Oh fuck.
On
yeah.
consoles,
Brilliant,
it's stuck at 32 versus 32, which is still fine.
Yeah.
Like I'm never complaining that there's too little people in my fucking game. I want there to be fucking 2 people, and I'll be okay.
Lots of little people.
Can you 1v1 someone in PUBG? Because that would be cool.
Probably on
Like 2 people
probably
on
if you
the
get
same
into probably if you get into a game on Xbox. It's like 2 people. Yeah, other games we've been playing. I've been playing a bit of DayZ or Days. Sorry.
How is that now?
Oh,
10
that's
years later.
Yeah, no. Now, luckily, it's a perfectly finished, polished. No, it's not. It's well, I spent 5 minutes trying to work out how to do rock paper scissors because when I was
I love
clicking
that
on,
guy trying to explain that to you. He's getting quite frustrated.
so he's doing.
Like, it's very simple.
He's like, the other guy's like, "Oh, it's as buggy as fuck, isn't it?" And it's like, "No, it's very simple." Because you could see what I was doing.
It's very simple, and then he went on to explain it. And like, as soon as he said, "Right, you need to press the full stop button," I was like, "I'm out." Like,
Yeah.
press
Because
the full stop button.
the full stop button opens up the
drag
wheel.
the mouse down. Press
Yeah.
the right fucking mouse button. Let it go, but not too quickly.
Yeah, because you had
Fuck.
to hold the full stop button, and then you went into into one of those wheels. But normally when it's one of those wheels, you click on something to go into another wheel. But no, You have to let go, but then I was holding on to the full stop. But anyway, I managed to click on or let go when I was hovering over the rock, paper, scissors. And every now and again, and it wouldn't do that. It would just do this emote. The guy just kept going, like that. And I noticed the other guy who I was doing it with was doing the same thing as well. So I think it was a bug. And then he was stupid because he did rock, paper, scissors, and he got scissors. And I afterwards did it a little bit late. And I put paper. I was like, my character's stupid. But that's Bean Daisy is actually it's very, very
Good.
It's very realistic. It's going for lots of realism. Like if you
Yeah,
find a can of peaches, you need to get a knife, and you have to combine the knife and the can of peaches to open those peaches so that you can
Sounds
eat
like the
peaches.
worst thing.
And you imagine
I don't want to do that.
now imagine PUBG but with a bigger map, with no
good.
circle that's getting smaller, and where you have to eat and drink. You can bleed to death as well, not just die. There are wolves that come and eat you. Yeah, you can cook and you can make a campfire and stuff. It's nice. It's just for me, it was great that it was chilled. It was like a really chill, just walk around. Luckily, I didn't find loads of people. I imagine if you go on a server with 70, 80 people, it could be a bit annoying, like coming up, meeting people who probably just want to fight you.
Yeah.
That sounds stressful. I just enjoyed walking around. It was a big
how
map.
intense those encounters would be. Like, there's such a permanency to death in that game, and like you might have managed to collect some good gear and stuff, and I don't know, built a base with your team and all that kind of stuff, and then you just there's just some random stranger in the middle of a field who takes you out.
Yeah. I can see some people like why they would love it. Like if they get killed by someone and then that person steals their loot, they can log in. They can spend like a couple of hours hunting that person down and making sure they kill them, which sounds cool. Like I can see why people play it for 13, 14 hours in a row. But
I get it. I mean, that's why people played PUBG when it first came out. Like, wasn't it just like a... No, wait. So what's the story behind this? It was Arma came out first, then DayZ.
DayZ is a mod of Arma.
And PUBG is a what? Is it also an Arma mod?
I think I get lost with this now. So the guy that made PUBG, he was at least into the DayZ scene, wasn't he? I don't know exactly what he did, whether he was leading the charge on that. I think maybe he was just somebody that was fairly involved with the DayZ scene, and then went off and made PUBG, which kind of just distills that formula, doesn't it? Of just apparently negative space between combat encounters. Apparently,
the only reason that this game is now in 1.0 is because it spent 5 years in early access on Steam, and they said no, that's the longest time you can have in there.
Yeah, well, it was
H1Z1, not DayZ.
Yeah, it's worth remembering that the mod scene of DayZ, so like the non-official version, is still a thing.
That's the only thing, though. That's the only.
That's way more fleshed out,
Yeah, people don't play
the standalone one.
People who play DayZ, I've heard, like, just don't play the standard one. It's all the modded servers. They've got added weapons. They've got there's a snow mod that was added to some of the servers, which is kind of surprising how they can add snow. Like a mod can add snow to the whole map, and it looked pretty good. There weren't any glitchy bits that I saw. I always like
I played some role play server thing that Don Beagles and Rob got me into, and like you just like there's this little town and you're just walking around, and like there's citizens and police officers, and you just you walk around and like everyone's talking to each other, and like if you seem like you're doing something dodgy, like a policeman will come up to you and they're like, "Excuse me, what are you doing?" And it's all like a lot of them are like English, like it's like really like proper English people come up to you and go, "Excuse me, sir, what are you doing?" And then, like, I think the point of the game is that you're supposed to like commit crimes and stuff and get money, but like obviously without the other people role playing. And if they see you committing the crimes, they'll come after you. So we were like doing like drug deals and stuff, and then like we were driving through like a forest at night through this road, and suddenly like the road lit up. A police helicopter came and landed in front of us.
Really?
And, yeah, got out, and we like we kind of role played with it, and we stopped and we were like, "What's wrong?" And luckily we just dropped off something, so we didn't have anything dodgy on us. So the police officers came over and they're like, you know, obviously because we were driving around the woods.
This sounds
at night, they thought we were
amazing,
up
by
to
the
something
way. I want
dodgy.
this server. I really want to get on this server.
That's Don B guys will tell you what it is.
Oh,
but,
Don, hit me up. I'll play some of that with you. It sounds great.
And like they came over and they're like, "What are you doing?" We're like, we're just having a night drive." And like they searched our car and stuff, and we
Wow.
had damaged our car as well. Like I think we had like one of our tires was deflated or something. They fixed the car for us and sent us on our way.
That's so funny.
That sounds
It
great.
was really fucking cool. It's really cool.
Oh wow, that's really good. Yeah, we only had like 6 people on the server when we were playing yesterday, and we didn't come across anybody. But I accidentally hatcheted a friend, and he bled to death because we didn't have enough bandages. That was good. Yeah. But yeah, that's DayZ. I'm sure I'll play it accidentally. Well, I was like attacking the zombies. It makes the combat system of Sea of Thieves seem polished. The DayZ.
What? Really?
Yeah. I'm gotta say that the one thing that kind of not annoyed me, but I noticed made it look really cheap, was that there's one door animation to open. So you open the door by pushing the door open, but doors in DayZ only open one way. So quite a lot of the time the door's opening towards you and you're pushing it, and it just looks really weird. I also glitched through a wall, which is great because my friend said, "Hey Ben, leave the room quickly," and I glitched out of the room. So okay, yep. Your wish was my command. I might play a bit of Conan soon. Apparently that's similar to DayZ. Like there's a lot of modded servers that have made the game decent. Although I saw Dogfin playing it earlier, and one of the deer, which I assume was one of Santa's reindeer, just started floating and went up, ascended to heaven. Just like as he was walking around, he's like, "What the hell's that?" Yeah. I mean, any other games before I discuss a few more of mine?
I started playing Mario vs. Rabbids again.
So good, that game, isn't it?
It honestly, coming back to it like so long ago. Like I haven't played it since I talked about it on the show like a year and a half ago. It is surprisingly still very good. Like they haven't done anything to it. I just never beat it. I got like to the 4th world and then I stopped and I jumped back into it. I'm still really good at it. I'm going back and perfecting all like my runs. It's a fun game. I really enjoy it. It's not complicated. It's not deep. It is just the perfect amount of sit down in an airplane and play for 3 hours.
It's funny as well. I love the Rabid Peach, just the best character.
She's great. She's like one of my mains right now.
Yeah, I'm never going to remove her. I didn't even finish the first world playing. I'll
really
go back to it. Yeah, I just love
it. Gets really good. Like it gets super challenging later on. Like I'm on like a very difficult. I think I'm near the end, and it's super challenging now because like everyone's just kicking my ass. But yeah, highly recommend that game from fucking 3 years ago. Yeah. I'm going through my back catalog now before I start playing Red Dead again. But yeah.
Oh, like the new one.
I'm like, yeah, start playing Red Dead. I stopped for a bit. But yeah,
I can't. Red Dead's great, but I play it for a little bit and I get bored. I just want to go do something else because it's awesome, but it's just not a game that kind of grabs me for long periods of time.
That's like the exact opposite with me. I played that game for like 10 hours yesterday.
Yeah,
and I made no progress. I did like one story mission, and then like the rest, I was just like riding my horse around, shooting animals, bringing them back. I wasn't really doing anything. Like it doesn't advance. I don't know. I really enjoy the world of that game, and I can't wait to actually focus on the story. I need to do that soon.
Because I was playing it, and I was kind of trying to stick to the story quests, just so I could like progress the game a little. And I was like, "Oh, do I want to do another story quest? It'll probably take about 45 minutes, and it'll take me 15 minutes to actually go over to where it starts." And then I might die a bit because it's in the wanted dead or alive area. So I'll stop it for a bit.
I'll just never play the game again.
I'll definitely go back to it. It's just, I don't know. It's something that'll probably take me quite a while to finish. But I don't like the first one. No, actually, no, the first one I did play for the entire, like, within 2 days and finished it. Felt a bit faster. Which is a shorter game. I've also been playing a bit of Splatoon 2. God,
how is that?
Like online is such a ball ache multiplayer. If you want to play with friends in that game, good luck, because you have to join a friend's lobby. So you, one of you will join a game, and then it'll say that you're available or that person is available to join, but you can only join in if somebody leaves that lobby. So a lot of the time, I'll click join a game, and I want a friend to join with me, and I'll click on it, and then I'll get put into a game, and my friend's got to wait 3 minutes for another game before they can join me.
Yeah, that's happened.
It just seems so such a pain in the ass. And if you want to do it in the Splatfest, because when it's a Splatfest, which is this kind of, you go on teams fighting against other people, and it was friends versus family. And my friend put himself down as the same, because I put friends, and then my friend also chose friends as well. To think we could maybe team up and be on the same team. No, that doesn't happen. So we were on the same. I went into one of the matches, and he couldn't even have the option to join me. So we had to set up like a private room and then search for other people to join the private room. Which actually worked out okay in the end. But it was like, well, can I play normal? I don't want to play Splatfest. Also, Friends v Family, guess what colours they chose?
Red versus blue.
No, so for family, it was orange. For family, it was orange. And for friends, it was white. Like a creamy look. So I was spraying this creamy liquid everywhere.
You know that's all you want to do in that game.
John's sitting up now. Wait a minute. It was really, it was a bit bizarre spraying all that around. It looked cool though, that they had loads of, it was weird though with it being like, 5th of January, and this is the first time they've added a bit of like glitter and snow and stars and Christmas effects to a game. Yeah, it looked a bit dodgy. Oh, John's getting upset hearing another language on this podcast.
Is that Welsh?
No, it's much more understandable. It's been widely spoken.
And relevant.
All right. If I'm buying next, is it worth buying Splatoon 2 on the Nintendo Store? Get it on instantgaming.com because it's cheaper. It's like €36 or £35 or something on there. Really recommend it. Nate in the chat is Welsh. John is Welsh as well. Do you speak Welsh, Jordan?
Nacois.
Beg your pardon.
Sorry, I sneezed.
Hey!
So
is that Mar?
Where are we with this?
Got
What
Mother
are we
of Manny
talking
on.
about now?
Mother of Manny on stream.
Oh.
That's my mom, everybody.
Hmm?
Oh, I like it when we get a little bit of home life on there. How's Laura, Jordan? Oh,
She's alright,
Mrs.
yeah.
Jordan, sorry, I should say, rather than doxing her.
Yeah, she's fine. She's fine. What's happening with video games then? Come on, what are we talking about?
Video games, all right. Everyone's waving to you. Other games played Return of the Obra Dinn, as I talked about on the 24-hour podcast. It was, as I said, it's
Boring.
Yeah, a bit boring, a bit complicated. You're meant to recognize people's faces, even though the graphics make it look really difficult and you can't really recognize people's faces, and made my eyes hurt. I imagine if I sat down for a good 30 hours, I might understand exactly what was going on, but I just didn't have the patience. It's a game for people who are intelligent and people who think they're intelligent.
I'm one of those things.
Oh, you'd love it. You'd love it. But like, I don't want to stream that game and just repeating the same things again and again and again, like watching the same bits again and again. Just must be so boring. Yeah. And apart from that, one more. Oh, yeah. I mean, I finished Spider-Man, as I said before. Really fun game, cool cutscenes, and yeah, it just felt like a really good game. And there's nice twists at the end that set up a sequel very well. Yeah. Have you seen the Spider-Man, new Spider-Man movie?
Spider-Verse? No, I want to. I have like a ticket. I have a free movie ticket to spend. I'm probably gonna go there.
Yeah.
Yo, I found this yo-yo in this room. I'm pretty good at it. Speaking of video games.
Speaking of games, here we go. Original video game, but wasn't on video.
I saw the new Mary Poppins film and it's really good.
Yeah. Is it your game? Is it your movie of the year so far?
Yeah, because it's the only film I think I've seen this year. So yes.
Movie minute. I saw The Favorite. You should watch The Favorite. You
Yeah, not
would
quite
love
sure
it,
what that is.
Jordan.
Yeah.
That's Emma Stone and Rachel Wise, and I
It's like
forget the
it's
other
like a
British
period
girl.
drama.
Yeah, it's
That sounds
really
fun.
good.
So is Mary Poppins.
Highly recommend.
Emma Stone and Rachel Wise. Do they kiss?
Yes.
Yes. Get in. Totally gonna watch that then. But yeah, Mary Poppins really good as well. And it's in the DC universe.
What?
Like Batman Returns, Superman Returns, Mary Poppins Returns.
God damn.
And Emily Blunt is a fucking treasure.
She really
she's,
is.
She's really, really good at it, but she's also fucking smoking hot. I've never fancied Mary Poppins before, but like I just felt so weird throughout the entire film because she was just so fucking like she was so like strict and English, but also beautiful.
Does she never age then? Is she like an alien?
Who knows what Mary Poppins is? There's probably a YouTube channel we could set up around that and try to deep dive. What the fuck is Mary Poppins? She's some kind of divine being, isn't she?
Is
Yeah,
she
she doesn't.
Time Lord.
Yeah, there's kind of a Doctor Who vibe going on, I think.
Now she's
Yeah,
regenerating
it's
as
weird.
different people. Yeah.
So in this one, it's like the kids from the original movie are grown up, they're like proper adults, jobs and shit, and they've got kids, and life isn't great. Like they're gonna lose the house because the son from the first film, his wife has passed away, and he's all depressed, and he wants to be an artist, but he's a banker, and the house he's taking out a loan, and the house is gonna get repossessed, and it's just looking crap. And then Mary Poppins comes along and just sorts everything out. But there's definitely a sense that she has to be there because things are going wrong, which does make me think, what is her nature? Why who is she, and why does she have to turn up to sort things out for this family?
A dead relative of the family, because she always seems to just go to that family. If I'm next year, she's in the Wizarding World. She works for the Ministry.
Well, technically, you only see her when she's with the family, but who knows? She might be helping other families.
Like
It's just
Santa
not good enough to
Claus.
be in a movie. Exactly.
She's always around.
It's
And
like
then
Jesus.
there's the whole thing of like, is all the magical shit that's going on, like her flying about and like, you know, going under the sea on adventures and stuff. Is that actually happening, or is that just the imagination of children?
Hallucinogens.
Yeah, or drugs.
Spike
Yeah.
in their water.
Just lead in their food.
But yeah, Mary Poppins.
Smog.
I haven't
it's
watched
good.
any movies this year yet. Wonder what my next one will be.
Do you have Luther in the States, Andre?
Yeah, I still haven't seen it. That's Idris Elba, right?
Yeah.
Is it good?
I watched a few
You
episodes.
recommend it?
That's good.
It's not something that I would watch, but my wife really likes it. So they did like a four part this week, and it's pretty good. Like I got into it because he was like, he's kind of, Luther is like, he's a police officer, but he's, you know, he breaks the rules to get the job done. And normally it's quite like gangstery, but this one was about a serial killer, and there was quite a lot of horror elements, especially towards the end. So yeah, it was all right.
Have you seen Bodyguard yet?
No.
No,
want
so my
to.
wife watched that on the iPad in bed, and I just like it's
Great.
it's the first time she's made that noise in bed for a long while. It was constant like, oh my god, and a lot of, you know, exasperation. So she seemed to like it. We did watch. I'm not sure why we're reviewing television now, but we did watch. What's the one? Killing something.
Eve.
The
Oh, I
Killing
didn't
of the
like that.
Sacred Deer.
Killing Eve.
The Haunting of Hill. Oh.
Killing Eve.
What did you say, Ben?
Killing Eve.
Killing Eve. Yeah.
I watched
Okay.
I watched that through Gogglebox because it usually gets shown on Gogglebox.
What the fuck is a goggle box?
Oh,
Oh
Gogglebox.
no, I'm not getting. I
Oh.
refuse. To...
Now, it sounds
No.
it sounds really boring, but it's watching
Ben.
people watching popular things that have happened on TV and reacting to it. It's very funny.
It's kind of like Twitch.
Sounds awful.
It's like a YouTube React video, but they're watching modern things that have been happening on TV.
They basically set up cameras in families' houses across the UK, and then the show is clips of them watching the big TV moments throughout that week. So it kind of splices you watching, like, I don't know, it might be like the latest David Attenborough documentary, and it'll splice the footage of you seeing what's happening, and, like like the family's reaction to it and stuff. It is quite nice. It's quite heartwarming at times.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds really boring, and I refused to watch the first series because I was like, oh, that sounds terrible. You got to be simple to enjoy that. And then I watched it.
Extreme and then
I know.
slagging off.
And then I watched it and was
Ben,
like,
don't talk.
it was good.
I love this. This is my favorite thing
give
ever.
it a go. I got a Portuguese friend really into it. He always watches every episode now.
Of course, the Portuguese watch it. Anyways, I started watching Extras, which is a Ricky Gervais joint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
think-
fucking good. I loved it. I thought it was incredible. It's so funny.
Yeah.
That girl in it, I think she's one of the funniest people ever. I forget her name.
I just find
So,
Ricky
so
Gervais
that was basically his follow-up to The Office.
Yeah, The
Obviously,
Office,
by
yeah.
the time that came out, he was fucking. And, you know, you can tell from the show, the whole principle of the show is that they've got crazy like AAA actors on there.
Yeah.
I think that's what carries the show is, like, you know, seeing Patrick
Yeah.
Stewart being a
Be a
pervert.
Ian McKellen being an idiot.
I find that Ricky
Yeah.
Gervais' stuff kind of gone downhill since The Office. Like every show he releases is worse than the previous one. Like after that, there was
Yeah.
Derek,
Difficult to match The Office, isn't it? It kind of changed
Yeah.
the game.
and then the Americans went and ran it and ran it and ran it and just drained every bit of life out of it.
It's probably a better show. But the trick with Gervais is he's diversified his portfolio so much. He does everything, doesn't he? Like he's
Yeah.
a stand-up comedian. He basically invented the podcast.
He's an aggressive
comedy.
atheist.
He is an atheist. I enjoy that about him.
Is he really?
Yeah,
He never
yeah.
talks
spoke to
about it.
atheist, yeah. Oh right, okay, that was a joke.
I love him on Stephen Colbert. Colbert was like, "So last time you came on, you said that you didn't believe in God. Have you thought about God much?" He's like, "Yeah, I think about God pretty much every day." And Stephen Colbert was like, "Really? Yeah, it doesn't exist. Still doesn't exist."
He's right though.
He has a point. He
Yeah.
says,
Yeah, he does have a point. So, any other TV that we want to talk about? You know, domestic British television that we want to review on
Cockerbox
this.
was great. I enjoyed.
I started watching Derek. Derek is the other Ricky Gervais thing.
Yeah.
Not that great.
I mean,
you need to
I think-
watch what's it called? What's that Carl Pilkington documentary?
Carl Pilkington. Yeah.
What's the Carl Pilkington?
Do you have Carl Pilkington in the States, Andre?
I think it's on Netflix.
Name sounds. Yeah, I think it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
I've never
Carl-
seen it.
Before like Gervais was massive, before The Office and stuff, he did a radio show in London. It's him, Stephen Merchant.
Oh yeah.
And Carl was like their producer on that show,
Yeah.
and they
He was
keep
kind of
on
like an
referencing
idiot.
what he's saying. And then on when they had the podcast, they eventually brought him on, and the whole thing was just them talking to him about how mental he is.
It's brilliant. It's like he went to the Great Wall. They literally sent him to the Great Wall of China to do a documentary, and he went there and stood there and went like, "It's not that great. It's falling apart."
It's all right. It's all right.
It's all right. He's like, and then he went to the pyramids. He's like, "Yeah, look, it's not right." But then you turn around, look, there's a carrier bag in the air. Yeah, it's.
But like,
I have to
with
watch it, it's
Derek.
so
I'd
good.
recommend getting through it.
Yeah.
It's not as like laugh out loud funny as Extras, but it is quite sentimental. And like when you get to the end of it, like only fucking Ricky Gervais in this day and age could play somebody
Yeah.
with a mental disability and get away with it. Like I can't imagine anybody else being able to do that, because they would apologize straight away and then get destroyed, whereas he just refuses to say sorry for anything, which is his secret strength. And George Michael too.
All right, well, that's the end of our click play movie section. And
The movie minute. I'll make an intro for the movie,
movie
minute.
minute, if only it was. Jordan, what is Mutant Zero Year?
It's the latest Ricky Gervais special.
He plays an alien, misunderstood by.
Yeah, so we talked about Mario Rabbids Ubisoft thing earlier, and that's obviously an XCOM kind of clone. Mutant Year Zero is that too. So like the combat is very much XCOM, but it's also a kind of a character-led RPG. So you don't like select your squads or anything, or at least not to the point where I've played up to. It's very much story focused. And you have free movement throughout a world, but when you get into combat, then it kind of kicks into the turn-based XCOM stuff. I think the world is based on a wider property. I don't know whether it's like a card game or something equally nerdy like that. It's kind of post-apocalyptic. They reference Fallout in like the promotional stuff. They say like if XCOM met Fallout, I think is what they go with. The characters that you play as is like one of them is like a mutated pig, and the other one's mutated duck, and then eventually you meet like a zombie girl as well. It's okay. It's on Game Pass. It's one of those games that like when you're playing it on a console, you kind of think this isn't polished enough to be on a console. This should be like on early access on Steam somewhere. Like it runs like shit. I'd really like to like it more than I do, but just the performance on the console really kind of turned me off and made me think if they couldn't get the performance right, then they probably haven't got the chops to make this kind of game. So I reckon, when you get into it, it's probably not all that good. I don't know. Maybe I'll try it on PC at some point and see if it's less framey. And I also tried Ashen on Game Pass as well. Well, initially I bought it on the Epic launcher. And then I realized I could just get it on Game Pass and refunded it. Not that great. I'm not sure why everyone was loving it. Just really kind of
I don't think they were loving
really
it.
Dark Souls light.
I saw a lot of people think it looked really good, and then I saw a lot of the reviews were just like, meh.
Yeah, I saw some people really sing his praises, like throwing around Dark Souls meets Journey. If you're gonna say something like that, I'm gonna fucking buy it, not. So, but yeah, it is very much Dark Souls light. Yeah, that's all I can say about it really. Like I think if somebody was coming into it and had never played a Souls type game, which at this point is probably unlikely because there's so many games like that. But if he was the first one, maybe people would really like it. But for me, for somebody that's played a lot of those games and a lot of good ones, I outside of a couple of hours, I didn't want to put any more time into it at all. I don't like the art style either.
No, not Journey.
Boring.
What, you don't like Journey? You racist.
I like Journey, yes.
It's like Dark Souls meets Jesus Christ. It's so good.
If you want a Journey rip-off, play some Gris.
He's already slagging it off. Tried to make a game of the year.
I think it should have been on the top 10. No, actually, no, I don't. 'Cause I didn't put it in my top 10 actually.
Look at that, you jerk. Octopath Traveler is on.
Worth calling out as well. Regular followers of the show will know how I had my fucking balls busted in trying to get God of War to the number one slot. Fucking BiggusBennus over here releases his list 2 days later. What's the number one? Fucking God of War. The piece of shit.
I want to make you work.
I felt bad because I was quite drunk during that stream, and then I knew I was right. I was definitely right. But like the next day, I went back and listened to it. I was like, oh well, you know what, George? You kind of you played a bit of hardball there. If 2 out of 3 of us are saying that Celeste is game of the year, let them have it. And then fucking your list comes out. Fucking God of War was number 1 anyway. I'm so glad I stuck my guns on it. I'll never question myself again.
And Celeste was number 3.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I was.
What was number 2?
Number 2 was Spider-Man. No, Spider-Man. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Spider-Man's brilliant. Really, really polished. Exactly what they want to do with that game. It's kind of close to platinum. For all it might do actually when I go back to the DLC, because I'm going to go back to it at some point.
Spider-Man was my number 11. It just didn't make the list, and it's probably because it was being put in that number 10 or Far Cry, and I went with Far Cry because I'd already written a review for Far Cry, so I could just copy and paste an extract of it and say this is what I think.
No, I love doing that list. That was great fun. But when I was replaying them, because I chose the top 10 and then I went and replayed them all to decide which, like in the reverse order reverse order of when they were released. So I finished with Celeste, and I was like, yeah, I like this game. It's fun. But actually, if there was a game of those 10 I want to play more of, it's Spider-Man. So love that. Grease didn't make it, but I'm really glad I put Tetris. I think I put Tetris Effect as number 5, and then all of a sudden it gets made Game of the Year in a few outlets. Giant Bomb, Eurogamer both gave it Game of the Year. I think
really
Edge gave it as best PlayStation game for the year, and
it doesn't make any sense. There is nothing special about that game. Period.
Have you played it?
I won't go that far, but I think
it hasn't played it.
Too hot on it.
I've played it. I just haven't played it in VR yet. And it will not change it for me. Like, it's Tetris. It's good for 30 minutes. You stop playing. I get it. You've played it for hours on end. I don't like Tetris. I don't know. Like Tetris is it's so mindless to me. It is meditative, which is a fantastic thing, but I don't like being meditative. I'd rather play Red Dead.
I think the whole Tetris thing is just people avoiding the obvious discussion around whether it's God of
Racing,
War
yeah.
or Red Dead. Like the giant bomb thing was hilarious because like they just argued about it for hours, and then I don't even know what happened. Suddenly, Tetris was number one. I'm not sure like how that happened, but you know, it's all arbitrary lists anyway, isn't it? Like the
Yeah.
conversation's the main thing. Who cares? And you know, when you got a year where there's two things like God of War and fucking Red Dead, you know, we're spoiled for choice anyway. Who cares what's number one or number two or number three, whatever. Talking of lists, though, I've put a list on Twitter of my most anticipated games of 2019. Do you want to know what they are?
Not
Yes.
really.
I'll
I'm sure we'll
with
find
it
out.
on
I'm
right
sure we'll
now.
find out though.
Ben, you're still grumpy after that stream, aren't you?
Oh,
need to
I'm
get
not.
more
I
sleep,
feel
son.
really refreshed. I'm fighting now.
You're fighting.
Yeah.
Don't want to fight.
Oh, I'm ready for an argument. Come on, give me an argument. Tell me what shit
So-
list you've got, and I'm going to tell you why they're all terrible.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah. So like this, the rule I put in place was this is based on the current Wikipedia entry for 2019. So there's some notable exceptions on there. As an example, Doom Eternal isn't on that list for some reason. So I don't know whether maybe it just hasn't officially been given a 2019 slot, but I'm pretty sure that's going to come out this year. The Last of Us 2 isn't on that list, which is more understandable because I still think that's up in the air as to whether that'll be this year or next. But just based on that list, I went for number 10, Days Gone. We're all looking forward to that one, yeah.
No, that's really bad. That's like DayZ with a few
Huh.
with motorbikes. It's DayZ with motorbikes.
Number 9, Control.
Oh, I like the
That
look
was
of that. That looks really artsy and
Yeah.
fancy. But so
Looks good,
did
doesn't it?
what's that one called that got like 3 out of 10 from everyone, even GameSpot? That one that's like the FMV game where
I think it's
where you're a deaf guy.
Quantum Break.
No,
No,
the one
the
where
one
you're...
that came out last year from the Quiet Man, is it?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
it looks like
The
Quiet
deaf
Man.
bloke.
Yeah, the deaf bloke.
God, that game. That should have been on our biggest fucking mess.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What did they say? Oh, we're going to release a patch so that you can understand what the game is with the sound, so you can hear what they're
I
saying.
think that was always the plan. It's like to release it like that. Like, how the fuck does that game get signed off? How the fuck does anybody
Yeah.
play it and go, yeah, that's what we're gonna put
Do you
out?
see the Jim Sterling impressions of it?
No.
It's great. It showed like how every character was the same. Like it was just the same character but copy pasted, maybe different clothes on. Bit like
Vom.
that. What's it called? The one that everyone was obsessed with for a bit because it had Cockney accents. We Happy Few.
Number 8, In the Valley of Gods.
What's that?
Oh, Firewatch people, right?
Yeah, the new Firewatch.
Oh, I'm up for
Okay.
that.
Have you seen the trailer?
I saw it. Yeah, actually, now I remember seeing the trailer at E3 or whenever.
We
it was.
probably it was probably at E3 or
Game
something. We
Awards.
probably watched that.
Game Awards 2017.
like-
Wow.
It looks like two ladies like
Oh, there you go. This is the reason.
yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Bear Valley, but like going into like a pyramid, basically.
You're going into a pyramid, all right.
Womb Raider.
Oh, this looks
God.
exactly. This looks exactly
Too
what I
far.
want. So, a thrilling adventure in first person. Navigate and
You want-
rebuild a relationship with your companion Zora.
Oh wait, they're gay. What?
Utilize an authentic 35mm film camera to document the world and story around you. Climb, explore, and
35mm
traverse.
what?
Camera.
Oh. Okay.
Sorry, John, you're not lucky. Nobody's interested.
I thought you said anal plug. Number 7 is Bloodstained.
You.
Speaking of butt plugs,
Don't wear white undies after.
Number 6 is Anthem.
I said that for me. That's number 1 right now.
Number 5 is Metro,
Mm.
which I'm hoping is
Didn't
really
that get
good. Like
delayed?
some people. No, it's coming out in Feb, I think.
I think it got delayed.
Yeah.
Maybe by a couple of weeks, but it's still coming out like Q1. Animal Crossing is number 4. Number 3 is Dreams, which the beta should have started now. I'm still waiting for an email on that actually. But are you seeing some of the shit that people are making in this beta? Like I saw a full-on first-person shooter yesterday.
Yeah,
crazy.
it looks awesome. I'm like, I think I'm gonna jump into that. Like now that I have a pro, I want to. I don't know. Like I've been staying up to date with the developer diaries and stuff.
Mm.
It looks nuts. Like the things, like I saw like a flight simulator. I saw some crazy stuff.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
like
I'm excited. Yeah.
I love Little Big Planet. Like I don't think Media Molecule and Sony get enough kind of praise for what Little Big Planet was. I just thought especially that first game is just fucking incredible.
Yeah.
So hopefully they hit a home run with this one.
In Little Big
number two.
Planet 2. Oh wait, in Little Big Planet 2, I played the first opening hours of Final Fantasy 7. Someone remade Final Fantasy 7 in Little Big Planet. It was really great. It was great.
And with Dreams, they're actually letting you like import your own audio files and stuff like that.
Can't wait.
So that'll be interesting.
Probably could do that
number
for
2.
Beat Saber. That would be nice.
Number 2, Sekiro.
Shadows
Yeah.
die twice or something like that.
They do.
No, they don't.
And number 1 is Resident Evil 2, which is out this month. I can't wait.
Doesn't No More Heroes come out this month?
Is
Travis Strikes Again.
Kingdom Hearts
that
comes
like
out
that
this
weird
month.
side-scrolly type one?
Yeah, I'm gonna play. I love.
Is that on
I love
Switch
that.
or?
Yeah, it's on Switch. It's coming out only on Switch. Yeah.
Look, oh my god, Super Robot Wars. Oh, it's not,
Anyways,
it's not
moving
this.
on. What's next?
Yeah. What's next, Ben?
Well, what other games have you been playing? Is that it? Well, John's been
That's it.
playing Sabu and Rule.
I
imagine
just wanted to
is,
call out
Super Smash
Super
Brothers.
Smash Brothers Ultimate and Rocket League. Like, there's just a really my
Rotting
Switch at the
League.
moment is basically just constantly switching between those two games. Class. Like, I think I'm the only person that's doing all their online gaming on the Switch. But yeah, just constant. You know, I'll do 2 rounds of Rocket League and then a couple of matches of Smash. It's awesome. 4 times to be alive.
That sounds really boring. Rotting League.
I'd rather play The Quiet Man.
Yeah.
Ben, have you streamed The Quiet Man yet? You should do that.
No,
Yeah, you
I
should.
like my viewers. I don't want to put them through
I
that.
guarantee you they'd enjoy it.
They probably find it hilarious. How much is it?
Yeah, like take a drink every time like something happens in it.
Every time I get every time I get to actually have a fight.
Yeah, every time you get to a fight, you have to
I'll
like
be
drink
so
a beer or something.
sober. Wow, it's still €15. Why
I
is
mean,
that?
that's enough. It's like a 4-hour game.
All reviews, mostly negative. I played a bit.
Awesome.
Should we do a bit of news?
I played a bit of Atlas, by the way.
Oh yeah, how'd
Let's-
that go?
Shite. It's really bad. I played 10 minutes. I killed a chicken, I think it was, or something. Although it was just like that, and then all of a sudden the chicken went and then I chopped down a tree, or I hit a tree with something, and I was going like and there wasn't anything visible that the tree was getting chopped. And then all of a sudden it disappeared. It was
That's in beta, right?
it was a beautiful 4 frames per second as well, which was something quite special. And all the fonts and everything looks like it's been. All the fonts in that game look like they've just been added in Photoshop or something, like Microsoft Word, like written on over the top. There's no font to that game. It just varies, whatever you're looking at.
I love it.
It's so
You're
amateur.
saying it's a very varied game. That's awesome.
Mm.
I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah,
Lots of content.
Lots of
but it's so
content,
big. The
different
map's so
fonts.
big. The map's even bigger than the DayZ map, so it must be great. Takes 32 and a half hours to travel from one side to the other.
That's not true, right?
No, apparently that is true.
What?
Because of the frame rate.
Ah,
Because you can only go on a raft. So, yeah, it looks like it's not a fun game for me yet. Maybe one day it will be. Maybe on private modded servers and stuff, it'll be good. But like, you've got to.
It's such an open goal, isn't it? Like, where's the good pirate game? Give me a good fucking pirate game. Yeah?
I've heard
Black
really,
Flag.
yeah, no, I've heard of really good.
Ah.
I've heard really good
Ah.
things. I've heard good things about from the alpha of Skull and Bones, or whatever it's called.
You play as the boat in that, don't you? You don't play as a pirate. You are the boat. Am I right in saying that?
No idea.
Yeah.
Do you ever get off the boat?
I imagine.
No.
Do you climb the riggings?
No,
Nope.
it's a boat game then.
All right, let's get to the news.
News time. time this is why I mute you. This is why I mute you during these segments. I won't make that mistake again. Children.
I'm queefing.
Hey Jordan, what's been in the news this week?
Fuck all, it's Christmas.
All right, great. So, question time.
No, I picked out some things. Just jumping off points of conversations, really.
Go on then. Give us a conversation.
Rumor has it there's going to be a Nintendo Direct on January 10th.
Persona 5,
I'm
Persona
taking
5, Persona
bets.
5.
Yeah. Oh my God. If it's Persona 5, the thing is, it's not, because that's what we
No.
want, and they will not fucking give it to us. They're gonna be like, "Hey, new unplayable character in Mario vs. Rabbids." I'm gonna be like,
Yeah.
"I'm not even playing that."
I'll say it. I don't give a fuck about
You are.
Persona 5 being on Switch. It's already on.
Yeah.
It's already on PlayStation 4, and I didn't really play it there. So
But did you
But
see
I don't
what?
want to. Yeah, I just don't.
Have you already? Oh, you haven't put this. You've not put this in the news section, Jordan. Didn't you see the teaser trailer of the trailer of the new Persona?
the new Persona.
There's a new Persona coming out called Persona 5R, but they launched the trailer of it, and it started with the PlayStation logo, and everyone went, ah. But it could be exclusive, but it might also be, just sometimes they have their branded things, like Kingdom Hearts has had the branded things.
But what is it? Like they've just released 2 dancing games. What?
It's nobody
it's
knows.
probably like the gold.
Yeah.
It's probably like the gold of Persona.
Like a game of the year type.
I think R will
There's
be.
nothing to add to it, is there?
I think R will be remastered, but God knows what
Oh,
it'll be.
but that's
Remastered.
Yeah.
It's already, but it's definitely remastered. It came out on fucking PS4 2 years ago.
No idea. It'll be somewhere they've adjusted a few dungeons and a few.
Nah, it doesn't make. You can't just
Something that-
re-release the same fucking. Like it made sense with Persona 4 because it went to handheld.
Mm.
You can't
Yeah,
just re-release it.
it's going to
the same
handheld.
fucking game and just call it Persona 5R.
But what was the difference? No, what was the difference between Persona 4 Golden and Persona 4?
Yeah, so Golden is the Vita version.
But didn't they release Golden on any other? Because
No.
Golden also changed it as well. It wasn't
Persona
just
4 is a
handheld.
PS2 game.
Yeah, but the Persona, Persona 4 Golden, wasn't it? Let's have a look. Yeah, it was
No,
only
it
for the
never came
Vita,
out.
but I'm sure it added stuff as well to it.
Yeah, sure, but on a different console.
Yeah. So I think this one will be
And
the
years
same.
after,
It'll be
that's a
their
PS2
version.
game.
But I imagine it'll be their version
Yeah.
of Persona 4 Golden.
Exactly, for the Switch.
Can't because there's no new content or anything. It doesn't make any
There
sense.
might be. Who knows, man?
Maybe for the Switch it makes sense. I
They're
don't
adding-
think I'm going to say I don't think there is a game Persona 5R that's coming out on the PlayStation 4. I don't think that's a
but
thing.
It is because
There
the
is.
trailer has the PlayStation
No.
logo at the beginning, and it's called Persona 5R.
No.
Do you want to see the trailer,
Next bit of
Jordan?
news. No. Next bit of news. I wouldn't normally talk about this because it's beneath me, but
Wait. What do you think is what they're gonna announce at the Nintendo thing?
oh
What do
yeah,
you
shit.
think?
Animal Crossing
Um,
shit.
Oh, Animal Crossing stuff.
So like my dream would be that they
Bloodborne.
announce Bloodborne.
Bloodborne for the
no,
Switch.
Bloodborne
60
2 on the
FPS.
Switch. Bloodborne R on PS4. My dream would be that they announce a hardware revision. I really want a new Switch. Something with a slightly bigger screen, bit
VR.
of battery life stuff. But I think it's too early for that. I think maybe you see that later in the year.
Give us a VR,
Um,
like a machine that you can put the Switch in, and you can play VR in it.
No.
Attach
Okay.
the Switch to your head.
Nope.
It's 720p.
What are they going to talk about? What's coming out? Maybe a cheeky bit of Metroid. That'd be all right, wouldn't it?
Mm.
But they'll probably,
Yeah.
I would guess, they'll talk. If this is going to be one where they're talking about their big kind of first party stuff, and it isn't just all these kind of indies are coming over, and here's a big third party release. I would guess Animal Crossing starts to get a bit of love now, considering that's we've already started. Have we seen anything of that, or were they just? It's difficult to tell with that game because it always looks the same. Like we've seen, obviously the girl was in Smash Brothers. No, I don't think we've seen anything, have we? They just announced it, so maybe we see a little bit of that. I guess the 2 big releases are that and
We haven't had
Metroid.
We haven't had any indies announced for a while, have we?
Yeah, it'd be nice to get some of those. And maybe they'll talk about the And hopefully this is the thing, the Metroid Prime trilogy re-release for Switch. That'll be good.
Mm.
But outside of that, I just love playing little indie titles on my Switch. If I'm not playing, like I said, Rocket League or Smash, so more the merrier, really.
Hmm.
Oh, I beat Donut County. I forgot to tell you guys that.
Oh, any good?
Donut County. Yeah, I watched my girlfriend play. Like she just beat the entire game, and I was like, oh, that was nice. It was fun. It was sweet, cute. Not worth the money. Probably $5 would be great. A cell phone game. It feels like.
Oh, they
I
were
played it on
going
Switch.
on and on and on and on about it in the Giant Bomb Game of the Year stuff.
They really should. They should pick their battles better.
Yeah, they just forgot Celeste.
They're very bad at that. Like if one person, I'm sorry, if like one person of a group of like 5 enjoyed a game, like get over it.
Yeah, you
Doesn't
like
make any
niche
sense,
games.
like- Yeah, like if Jordan recommends one of his anime games that he enjoys, game of the year.
PS
All those
Vita,
anime games.
PlayStation novel, one of those.
I love the anime.
Yeah, like your Dragon Balls.
Anyways.
Next bit of news, right? Like I
Oh.
said, this is beneath me. I wouldn't normally talk about it, but I thought I would because it's kind of funny in a way. So that Soldier Boy console thing that he was basically selling like an emulation box with loads of ROMs already installed on it.
Oh, I
the
can't wait
knob.
to order mine.
And then everyone was like, "You fucking idiot! You're gonna get sued. What are you doing? Nintendo's gonna come for you." And he's
Did
like,
you
"Nintendo ain't coming." For
No, do you
me."
see what his reply was?
Well, I saw multiple replies, and this, like, what the straw that broke the camel's back for me to include it, just so I can call him a twat, is that he tried to play the race card with it and said,
Yeah.
"You can't why don't I don't know exactly what he said, but probably something like, why don't you all want to see a black man prosper or something like that." You wouldn't use the word prosper.
Selling stolen goods.
that kind of thing.
Like, it's not really doing
Yeah.
the image very good. Well, is it?
But yeah, it's so funny, and like his website now redirects to Nintendo.com.
Does it?
Yeah,
Wow.
like the website for this thing. Yeah, you just a fucking idiot. What a tool.
Yeah,
Absolute
not the
fucking tool.
brightest
I just want.
spark.
Yeah, no. Who would have thought getting tattoos on your face doesn't mean that you're that intelligent? Next bit. Apparently, the PS4. I was surprised by this. Apparently, the PS4 has surpassed 90 million units sold. I thought they were edging towards 100.
That is edging towards 100, Jordan. After 90 is 100.
You would know what edging, but the
You know that I know about it.
I need to go, guys.
He's edged as
yeah,
much as he
right,
can now.
I thought they were on the brink of 100 mil. Obviously, I was wrong, but still, 90 million is pretty decent, isn't it? Where
Is
do
that
you think that's
including
going to
Pro?
end up?
I'm guessing that's thinking
I would
best of
assume
both.
so. Yeah, I would
'Cause-
guess that's
Because we were talking earlier about how the Switch was outsold the base PS in Japan. which is
Japan.
quite something.
It's not that surprising because obviously, like console gaming in Japan is really waned a lot in the last few years. It was just the timing for Switch to be out for 2 years and overtake PS4. But like you rightfully said, for some reason that didn't include the Pro version, which is odd.
Can I just say we've got a multitasker in the chat, Brenda. I'm watching the original It on TV and have this
Sure.
with Punk with his podcast in one ear. One ear's got the podcast, the other ear Stephen King's It. Multitasking.
Are the kids banging that chick yet? Does that happen in that?
They said banging that chicken.
Yeah, Brenda,
Like-
what scene are you at? What's going on? And have you seen the new one? Last bit of news then. You know that game PT, or that game that never really came out, but
Yeah.
there was a demo, and
Can we make it in
Konami were
dreams?
dicks about it.
Yeah, we can make it in dreams.
Yeah.
I give it a couple of months
Yeah.
before they make that in dream.
So if you want to play it, there's been a few versions knocking about for a while, and there's if you have it installed in your console, you're good. But if you delete it, you can't download it again. I think there's some methods to re-download it, but who cares? But there's been a few recreations of it online, but there's a new one. It has VR support, and apparently it's the most faithful yet.
VR.
I played one.
man.
VR, yeah,
Dreadful.
be
I'm
absolutely
shaking.
terrifying. Because that probably still is, considering it's like basically a 20-minute experience. That probably is the scariest thing that I've ever played. It's horrible. So yeah, if anybody hasn't played PT or you want to play it in VR,
Nope.
Google Unreal PT and you will find it.
Is it free?
I assume so. Yeah, they can't be charging money for that. I would hope.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I'm good though. I'll stick with my Beat Saber.
Beat that saber, baby.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
you
Have you
beat that.
Have you
Saber.
played PT then?
Sorry.
Have you played PT?
No, I've no interest in that. I mean,
Oh, why
it's
not?
great that it's come
Come on,
out. I'm
Ben.
very happy that people enjoy that, but that's not
Think
my
how much
kind
you
of.
enjoyed Resident Evil 7.
Yeah, I enjoyed it as a one-off. Never again.
You should play Outlast.
No, I played a bit of Outlast. But I was
You
streaming
should play
Outlast.
Silent Hill 2.
I streamed Outlast, and I had in my head I had my other earphones in, and I was listening to happy music. It was it was not. It was not fun. I don't like scary games unless they've got really good like story behind them.
Yeah,
But-
Outlast doesn't have that.
No.
No.
I'm looking forward to. Whereas Resident Evil 7, I really enjoyed like the story. It wasn't just jump scares and scare. There was a good game behind there as well. Which I imagine if PT became whatever it was, the new Silent Hill, I'm sure it would have done, and I'd have enjoyed that. But yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be Silent Hills.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that was it,
Silent
wasn't it?
Hill.
I thought that had already come out, but that was no, it was Silent Hill: The Room, wasn't it? I think the last one they released.
Hideo
Oh.
Kojima.
Yeah. Well, because does anyone have any questions? If you've got any questions in the chat, tell them or forever keep your peace. But I thought about maybe we
Keep
could
it
look...
clean.
No, don't. We could maybe have a look at 2019 in video gaming. Little, because it's the first podcast of the year. See what
That
games
being
are coming
said,
out.
I do have to go.
Oh.
I have to return my rental car because I needed to buy a rental car to get to where I was going. Anyways, guys, happy 2019.
Yay.
I will be home for the next podcast, so that's great.
Wait, see you in 2
Yeah.
weeks then.
2 weeks then. Bye.
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 There we go. Oh, peace and quiet.
Fuck, he's gone.
Oh, relaxing now. So, games that have come out. Right. Oh, we've got plenty of time. Number 1. Fitness Boxing came out 2 days ago for the Nintendo Switch. What are your
Have
opinions
you gone
on
through an
that?
entire list of the games?
No, I'll just go through the ones that I recognize. That's called that genre, by the way, is extra gaming. Is that a genre
What
now?
genre?
An extra gaming. Don Beeler says, I have a question. Do you ever truly buy a rental car? English isn't his first language, Don. So you've
Racist.
gotta appreciate that. That new Super Mario is coming out in like 4 days, 5 days.
It's just the one support of the Wii U game. is
Yeah,
it?
but I'm seeing adverts everywhere for that, so I think they're trying to push it.
Yeah, I'll skip that.
Yakuza 4 for the
I'll skip
PS4.
that.
Ace Combat 7, Skies Unknown. You wanna
Played
do Ace
that.
Combat?
Played that at EGX, right? And I really want to like that game because I like flying games anyway. And I had a Ace Combat Away, a combat game as a kid on the PS1 that I really enjoyed. But I don't know. I played it at EGX and it didn't impress me. I think the whole thing with this one is that it's got VR support, so I don't know whether you need to be doing that to get the most out of it. But
VR is not for the whole game though, is it? It's just like one mode of it.
oh, is it? I would
Yeah.
have thought they would surely they would just include that. Like, it
You'd-
makes total sense. It's
Yeah. You'd
a
think
flight
that.
game. You're in a
Pe-
cockpit.
I've heard people are not too happy about that.
Well, yeah, probably skip that now.
Holy shit, the 24th of this month. Life is Strange episode 2. Life is Strange 2 episode 2. Rules, it's called. Exciting name.
Skipping that one.
Oh, I won't be. Next day, oh wow, massive game comes out on the 25th of January. Tropico 6. Can't wait for that one. That
They
is
just keep making those tropical games, don't they?
yeah. They always, it's like Tropico reminds me of similar kind of like story to it as well. It reminds me of the Just Cause games. Just keep pumping them out, do the same old, but I'm gonna probably play that. I like those type of games. Also, a little game called Resident Evil 2 is out on that day.
Yeah.
Excited about that?
Should be a demo. They're going to launch a demo this week as well, apparently. So
Resident Evil
there's
2?
there's an event. So there's an event in London, which I was actually like the dev is going to be there and stuff, and I was seriously looking at shall I just either arrange to be there for, for work or just not be in work or whatever, and just kind of go there. I thought, no, that's too nerdy. You don't need to go there. Just find out what happened on Twitter. But they're doing some kind of event, and there's going to be a surprise. And there's already been a big leak from an Xbox listing on the store that there's a demo called One Shot Demo for Final Fantasy for Resident Evil 2. So the thought is, and I hope this isn't the case, but the thought is, because it's called One Shot Demo, that it'll give you like half an hour or an hour to basically have a go at the demo and then just lock it down. I hope that isn't the case, because I want to spend a bit of time in it, and for me, I want to take it slow and kind of explore the environment and stuff to see what they've done. But either way, even if it is just I get half an hour or an hour to play it, that'll be good. Can you sell it for me, please? Sell it, because as somebody who's never played Resident Evil 2, why would I want to play this game? As somebody who doesn't really like cheap jumps and stuff, why is it such a good game? Well, why did you enjoy Resident Evil 7? It's the same series, Ben. Because I enjoyed it being kind of just a really traditional horror game, a horror story. That's what Resident Evil 2 is. Resident Evil 2 is one of the definitive horror games. Like this is before Resident Evil went crazy with all the story stuff. It's only the second game. Okay. The story is fairly low key. It's just about Leon Kennedy, who's a new police officer. He goes to Raccoon City just to start his job as a police officer, but it turns out Raccoon City has been infested with zombies. And it's basically just him trying to survive. And then you also play as Claire. The PS1 version is one of my favorite games of all time. Incredibly atmospheric, incredible visuals for the time, incredible score. It was really. Is it quite a complete game? A complete story? Is it quite a complete story? It's not like just adding a bit to the overall. No. There's links to the first one, but it's very much its own story. So the PS1 version had 2 discs, and depending on which one you put in, you either played as Leon or Claire. There's 2 campaigns. So if you started off as Leon, you would basically finish the game and then put the next disc in, and you would play a totally different campaign from Claire's perspective, or vice versa, depending on which disc you put in first of all. But yeah, totally standalone story, which, don't get me wrong, has repercussions for the rest of the series. Is constantly referred back to. Raccoon City is the major event of that universe, but the games have gone fucking crazy now. Most Resident Evil games are pretty bad at this point, but now and again they just come out with moments of genius. Resident Evil 2 was one of those. Resident Evil 4 is one of the best games of all time. Obviously 7 is kind of a return to form, but very much its own thing. That there's barely any kind of references to the wider lore there. And obviously it's in first person. This is traditional third person, over the shoulder aiming. This new one, just the engine looks incredible. The graphical fidelity is amazing. The people that are making it clearly have a very complete understanding of why the first game, or the original game, was successful, and they're reimagining it. And for me, as somebody that loves that game, I can look at it and recognize the environment, but they're kind of playing with you in terms of you recognize something, but then if you watch the demo, what you expect to happen doesn't actually happen. It's a total reimagining of the game. I probably don't think you will like it because it is full on horror. Like I don't mind playing it like that if it's got a good story and it's atmospheric and it's got good music. I don't mind. And it'll have a better story than Resident Evil 7. I don't think 7's story was that strong. So it'll definitely have a better story than that. I'll stream it. Yeah. I'll stream it. And like I said, you posted a video saying that it's really surprising people at how good it is. This is the thing. So I've been obviously very interested in this game since they announced it, but also kind of a little bit apprehensive. Capcom, very hit and miss at the moment. They could just, release something which just doesn't live up to the original, but it seems like they're doing the job. One of the definitive remakes of all time is the remake of the original Resident Evil. Like the first Resident Evil game is really dated now, but he was very influential, and Resident Evil 2 kind of did a lot to kind of polish that game. But they remade the original Resident Evil for GameCube. When GameCube launched, Capcom signed an agreement with Nintendo to make 5 games for them. One of them was Resident Evil 4, one of them was Resident Evil 0, one of them was a remake of the original Resident Evil. It is, to this day, absolutely stunning what they did with pre-rendered backgrounds and stuff. And it's just a total reimagining of the game, so taking you back to that same environment with the same characters, but things don't play out in the same way. It isn't just an up-res and a lick of paint in terms of the graphics. It's a new game, and it sounds like they're trying to do a similar thing with this one, and everything. People are getting hands-on time with it, and obviously we'll get a demo this week, but we won't know until we've played through the 20 hours or wherever it is. When I get to the end of it, I'll know straight away whether I'm disappointed or if I'm really happy with it. But there's a lot of comparisons being thrown around to Resident Evil 4, which, like I said, is generally considered one of the best games of all time, and certainly one of the most replayable games, I think, of all time. So I'm hoping if this can pull that trick off of being a full-on horror game, which Resident Evil 4 wasn't. It was tense and it was scary in parts, but it definitely wasn't a full-on horror game. It was more of an action game. This is going down more of the horror route, but potentially, we've only seen the early sections of the game. It could be that later on it does become more actiony, more arcadey, but that's fine for me as long as it's as replayable.
It did that with 7.
Originally designed.
It did that with 7, and I like that. People said, it went a bit arcadey near the end and actiony, but I like that change of pace. It was nice.
Yeah, as long as that ramp up is done right, which I think 7 did pretty well. As soon as you get to that ship, you just know shit's going down. So it was fine for me. Yeah.
Rob in the chat says, Resident Evil 5 is the best Resident Evil, innit?
Yeah.
Do you agree?
No.
7's the best.
No.
Best I've played. Next game that's coming out this year, or this month, Kingdom Hearts 3.
I'll be thinking about this today. I probably what date is that coming out?
Just a few days later. It's 29th.
I should probably start trying to get through those first two. I bought them ages ago for the PS4.
You didn't buy the Ultimate Edition, did you?
No, just whenever they did the whole. It was before that was a thing, but like when they first released a package of the first two, it's like the first two and all the shitty little. Oh fuck yeah! It's not even just 2 games, is it? It's all the side stuff as well.
Don't forget the 3DS Remix 0.0.
Yeah,
Zero.
Exactly.
I have no interest in playing the first 2. I'm just going to play the third one.
Yeah, I might just end up watching a YouTube video or something just to kind of get me up to speed. But like the first one, this new one does look impressive. Like the environments and stuff. Like it seems to be focusing on the kind of newer properties.
I heard as well that when you start the new game, you get a recap of the other 2.
Yeah, that'd be helpful.
So
yeah, I'll probably play that because I can be a bit of a sucker for Disney. I like you go to the Toy Story world in there and all that kind of stuff.
I saw someone playing it. Looked good, but
it'll be a spectacle at least, I think.
Easy, just stick on. And there's an easy mode, but it doesn't sound as easy as others are. Mr. Scott's got a question. How many iterations of the game can be done until the game is basically done and done? I mean, Skyrim's got loads. Although, what do you mean, iterations as in sequels, or because how many iterations does Kingdom Hearts have? I mean, this is Kingdom Hearts 3, but then they release updated versions.
There's a lot of spin-offs for for the portable devices and all that kind of stuff.
What does dream drop distance mean?
Who knows, Ben?
Like dream, I understand the word dream, I understand the word drop, and I understand the word distance, but drop and distance, they kind of link.
Dream drop distance, isn't it 3? Was it on 3DS? So is that like a kind of Nintendoism in terms of the title?
Oh, maybe 3Ds. My idea of a good night. Also, we've got Trials Rising.
Yeah, I used to be really hot on Trials, but the last one kind of left me cold. I'm not sure why. I just think I'm done with that type of game.
Yeah. Is it going to be 2D?
Not fun.
Is it?
Not good.
God Eater 3. What's that? Oh, never played any of them. Dead or Alive 6. I wonder how many, sexually explicit, or how close they get to being. So, I've never liked those
PC
games.
for the mods.
I bet you will. Also, wow, there's loads of days on the 15th of February. It says we're getting Crackdown 3. Wasn't that delayed? No, it was Days Gone that was delayed. Crackdown 3,
So that,
Dead or Alive 6, Far Cry New Dawn, Jump Force, and Metro Exodus all out on the same day.
Ooh, Metro and Far Cry are on the same day, are
Yeah,
they?
and Crackdown.
Oh.
And that Jump Force, that's the anime hentai shit, isn't it?
Thing is with Crackdown, that's safe anyway because it's part of Game Pass. Like it doesn't really matter. Like what you'll see with Microsoft is they'll just tell you that 6 million people have played it because they just downloaded it for free and put 5 minutes into it. So for them, like it's a win. You just want to get into the service. But for Far Cry and Metro to come out the same day, oof, That's probably not going to be good for Metro. I would
No,
guess.
I think Metro's going to be the Titanfall 2 of this year, where it just gets ignored.
But will it be as good as Titanfall 2? That's the thing. And I've heard some mixed stuff coming out with previews,
Really?
you know, with that.
That would have to be really good, and I imagine it. Yeah, maybe not. Especially so early as well; it'll be forgotten by the end of the year.
Yeah, I don't have. So it's a busy period. I don't have much hope for Metro there. It's
Crackdown-
going to need to come out and be. It's going to need to come out and be a 9 or 10 out of 10 for it to make a mark. I think.
Think Crackdown 3 will be in your Game of the Year list?
I hope so. Like I really like the first one. Obviously, time has moved on a lot since then. I heard this week that they're reintroducing, like in the first one. I don't know if you ever played it, but they had a whole. They were basically gang leaders, and it does that thing which I always love in games, where the gang leader is physically in that world from the start, and you know, if you could literally start the game and head straight to him or her. And try to take them on, but obviously if you haven't done, you know, side missions and stuff to power yourself up or to weaken them, it'll be a lot harder. They'll have a lot more defenses and men protecting them. But I really like that in the game, because I tend to then try and do it a little bit earlier than I feel like I should be doing it, and that's quite satisfying. I've heard that they're going back to that. They kind of lost it with the second one, but if it's got that kind of stuff in it, and it's really open form, it could be really good. And they've had enough fucking time to make the game good. If it isn't good, you know, fucking they need to have a think about what to do with that studio, really.
It looks like a Just Cause 4, but weird. Like Just Cause, it looks to me like Just Cause 4 with Saints Row, which isn't my cup of tea.
Yeah, we'll see. There's definitely magic to that first one, the whole like collecting orbs and traversing the city and stuff. If they can capture what they did right with that first one, but then bring it into kind of modern trappings, it could be really good. But the fact that they've had to delay it so much tells me that they, you know, probably ain't that great, is it? If it was that, you know, if they were onto a really good thing, they probably would have released it by now. So I don't know. We'll see. And but again, it's Game Pass, so there's no, you know, we're both going to play it, and if it's good, it's good. If it's not, oh well.
Let's have a look at the chat, because
exclusive.
Limited Night is getting impatient that I'm not reading the chat. Mr. Score says, Doom Eternal! Doom! When's Doom Eternal due out?
So this is the thing. That would definitely be in my top 10, but it isn't on the wiki page for some reason. But you've got to assume it's this year. They wouldn't have announced it, you know. They wouldn't have announced it last year for it not to be released until 2020.
Must say a massive, massive thanks to Rob Butt, has subscribed with Twitch Prime. Woo! Thank you so much, Rob.
I should do that, really, shouldn't I?
Yeah, you should.
How do I find that girl with the hoodie?
Or without the hoodie, you mean?
Well, even better.
Yeah.
How many Amazon accounts do I need to set up to take the hoodie?
Every 100 subs, drop another shoulder.
Yeah.
Also, okay, next game that's coming out. Well, also, sorry, in the chat, they said, wasn't Crackdown cancelled?
No.
No.
It was not.
No, what was cancelled,
currently
though?
the Dragon game.
Oh, the Dragon game, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
How many bits to see Jordan's belly button, says Rob? 1,000.
Bit.
1,000.
Yeah,
Apart from that, we've also got 8-bit ADV Steins Gate for the Nintendo Switch.
Scale bound, yeah. Somebody's just nailed that in the chat. Well done.
What's Steins Gate? Steins Gate? Steins. Oh, it's a visual novel.
I don't know.
Do you want the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy on PS4?
On PS4, I thought you were going to say Switch.
And Switch. But PS4, that's why it kind of surprised me.
Have you played those before?
No, they look really boring, but people...
Oh, they're not. They're really good.
Yeah, they seem to love it.
You'd enjoy them. And probably quite a good stream game as well.
Really?
Yeah, really good. Really fun. You play as like a lawyer, and in between court cases, like investigate crime scenes and speak to... And it's got quite a wacky sense of humor to it. It'll basically be like a murder, and then you have to investigate it, try to find evidence, and then... you have a kind of a court scene that plays out, and you need to present evidence against the people that you're prosecuting and call them out on fallacies in their kind of alibis and all that kind of stuff. But it's got a really wacky sense of style.
I have a look at that then when it comes out.
You would definitely get one of those. I don't know if it's all in one collection or whatever.
It is.
Definitely recommend
Ace Attorney trilogy coming out. Kind of bad thing though. The day after Anthem. And I'm hyped for Anthem. I'm going to get the one with all the microtransaction bits and bobs and deluxe edition. I'll play it a day or two early and comes with the
There's not too many
skins.
options for that, isn't there? Like, what can you? How many tiers have they got?
Oh god. Oh, should we have a look? That would be good to see.
I think I had a look, and I think there's basically like a normal one, and then like a deluxe. I think EA are pretty
very
reserved when it
worried,
comes to all
yeah.
the DLC and stuff now. After what happened with Battlefront, so yeah, I think it's just two
Yeah.
versions.
Standard edition and Legion of Dawn edition.
Yeah, and I looked at the extras for that, and it's like, I think it's just cosmetic stuff, which I don't.
Oh no, you
like
get
for a game like that.
You get access
Go
to
on.
the VIP demo. Oh, here we go.
You get that with both though.
You get actually with all of them. Oh my god, because I've got Origin Access Premier for PC. Get everything.
There you
Yeah,
go.
everything. I get everything. I get everything in that one. So I'll just do
So
that then.
you could just play Anthem day one because you've got that Premier service thing.
Yeah, and I can play Mass Effect, any of the Mass Effects I want. I can play that. I can play
What is that?
Battlefield
Is that
5.
15 quid a month? Did you say?
It was €15, so probably a bit less than 15 quid a month.
I know. So yeah, I'll probably just do that instead of paying for Anthem,
Yeah.
to be honest, just to make sure I like it. Yeah.
And I mean, there's loads of games. I want to play Mad Den, but there's a guy called Den who's mad, and there's a football game about him. And I want to play some. I can play Titanfall 1 or 2 whenever I want. Rob just said he's just picked up Battlefield 5, which is looking good. So for Battlefield 5, yeah, we were just talking about that. It's fun. It's really good. Somebody's oh, sorry, coughing down the microphone. Someone says, "Am I going to buy it day one?" I think he's talking about. Are you talking about Anthem? Because if you are, then yep, I'll get it. I'll get most games day one. I'm a variety streamer. I'll play whatever. Someone says. I remember Jordan getting abducted on it. What did you get abducted on, Jordan?
So that was that role play server.
Did you
that
get
I was telling you
abducted in
about.
DayZ?
It's called Alt is Life.
Oh, what's that?
So it's that role play. So when I say role play server, it's like it's not just DayZ, but people are role playing. It's kind of in that engine, but in a custom map with custom cosmetics and rule sets and all that kind of stuff. We should check that out and stream it.
Limited is edging, being very edgy, not edging. Is edgy. His hipster view is that he feels he's alone by not being vaguely interested in Anthem. I wasn't at all until I heard really good things about people playing the alpha. And someone said there are no loot boxes, but they didn't confirm about other microtransactions. I'm sure there'll be other microtransactions, but just do it well. Titanfall 2 had really good microtransactions. They introduced them a lot later, and you kind of knew exactly what you were getting from them, and they were reasonably priced.
I think something that's getting lost in all the Anthem stuff. And like I haven't been that kind of pumped for it, but now that it's nearly here, like I'm looking forward to it, and I do hear good things. But it's the latest fucking proper BioWare game, and that means something still. And for me, if this is not necessarily a last chance for them, but Mass Effect Andromeda left a really bad taste in a lot of people's mouths, and I don't think that was really like the proper BioWare team that was really behind that. I think that was kind of just a bit of a straight to DVD type thing. So this is their chance to show that they've still got it. That they can still do something like a Mass Effect 2 or a Knights of the Old Republic. So I really hope there's a strong story. I would much rather with this game. Clearly, they want people to be playing this for the next couple of years.
Yeah.
It's their stamp, like a Destiny thing.
They
I just
definitely have to
really hope
learn
that-
from Destiny. They seem
Yeah,
like this.
but,
Well, I mean, anyone's better than freaking Bungie at learning from mistakes, because they screwed up the beginning. They didn't listen to what people wanted.
Yeah, I just hope they get, I just hope there's, however long, whether it's a 20, 30, 40, whatever, I just hope there's a fucking good BioWare RPG in there as well. And then, the other stuff in terms of co-op and multiplayer, PvP, whatever it ends up being, that can be the icing on the cake for me. So we'll see. Like, I'm not too confident. I think, that I'm not necessarily the demographic that they're aiming for with this one.
Oh, I am. It's a streamer game.
We shall see.
I bet there'll be Twitch integration with it. Cyrona says, I feel like the old grumpy neighborhood grandpa when it comes to games. So many want new games all the time. I just want something that's quality and lasting. I mean, yeah, I mean that's fine. People want that. I quite like new games and playing it and finishing it and then moving on.
I feel like there's a lot of games that I play which aren't either new or I've been playing for a while, like Rocket League, Smash Brothers, that kind of stuff, and I go back to old favorites. Like
Rocket
I'm
fatigue,
slowly
more
playing
like.
through. I'm slowly playing through like Final Fantasy VII at the moment, just because it's like comfort food for me. But I also like new games. I like playing them when they're out because it's not just playing it; it's then the conversation that you have on the back of that with friends
As
or
a
people
game
online,
journalist,
and wherever else.
as a game
As Britain's #1 games journalist,
not
I
just
think I feel
Britain,
like I need to be.
Europe's, the EU's.
Oh, I don't know if you heard, but
number one.
let me tell you the good news about Brexit, Ben.
Oh, just wait till the vote later this month. I think there will be an election, and yeah, well, that's gonna be interesting actually. The next few weeks. I wonder if we'll have a prime. Well, you'll have a prime minister in the next couple of weeks.
All this shit going on. Jeremy Corbyn 5 points down in the polls, and
yeah, I mean she's doing
Or
a
a
pretty
knob.
bad job, or they're doing a pretty bad job in charge, but she's yeah.
something else.
You want a shit sandwich or a shit kebab? It's like, yeah. Okay, next game. We're still in January. No, not in February now. Anno 1800. I'm kind of interested in looking at what that one's going to be like. Dirt Rally 2. I will definitely be playing that. I freaking love the first Dirt Rally. Oh, so good. Toe Jam and Earl, back in the groove.
I hate the name Toe Jam. I fucking hate it. It's disgusting. Move on.
Devil May Cry 5. You play the originals?
I've never really played Devil May Cry, but maybe I should.
Rob's got a lot of time for Toe Jam. Toe
Ugh.
Jam. Oh, Limited's got a question. What is your two biggest annoyances in modern gaming? Is it loot boxes, microtransactions? Annoyances.
No, like that kind of stuff I can ignore in games, and to be honest, since EA imploded over it, you're seeing a lot less of that stuff, or it's kind of intelligently integrated into games. And there's probably a lot of games with that kind of stuff which I don't touch anyway. I'm not sure.
I don't mind.
What are yours, Ben? Give me.
Yeah. Things like, I'm one of those people that I don't really care at all about loot boxes too much unless it's a game that's catered towards them, and I just hate games that are buggy. Just bugs in games. Like games that come out and they're full of bugs and they're not like, for me, the biggest regret I've ever had was buying NBA 2K17 on the Switch.
On the Switch.
And them not allowing a refund even though the game was broken. It like ran like horse shit. And it was one of those that was geared entirely towards not even loot boxes. You had to buy currency because you'd play the career mode, and based on your stats, you wouldn't even be on the game. You would be on the bench for the entire game because your stats are so low. But you could only earn extra stats by spending hours and hours in the gym or doing training exercises. So they wanted you to buy, pay £20, €20 or something to get these points boost, and then you might be able to start a game and start actually earning coins. But then you'd still play it for 50 hours and be like level 70, whereas the max is 100. So like not level 70 is in starting from 0. I mean level 70 starting from 60. It was just it was ridiculous. Yeah, those games suck.
Probably my annoyance is lack of customization options in games, like not being able to customize HUD, or like what you tend to see quite a lot now, and Battlefield 5 is like this. Literally, the HUD options are on, off. And it's like, well, clearly I'm not going to fucking be able to play the game with the HUD off, am I? So, why don't you just kind of like, if you think about how MMOs do it, where they just give you full reign in terms of you can place you can place your map there and you can make it this size and wherever else. I just wish, not necessarily to that extent. Like I get it, certainly for console games and less complicated games, you don't need that.
Yeah.
But still, I just look at the option suites within games and I'm like, I'm sure you guys could give us a little bit more than this. I think every game as a standard should come with just remapping at this point, or you should do it at system level. I don't know if any of the consoles do yet. But I think it's just crazy from, I'm not necessarily one to beat the drum on this, but from an accessibility point of view, it totally makes sense. And just for somebody that, if you want to, if you don't like the button, where, especially when we're in this day and age where you basically got 3 consoles now, all with different buttons, that like Xbox and and the Switch controller is so fucking confusing to go back and forth because they've got the same buttons but in different places.
X is in every in
Um,
PlayStation, Xbox,
yeah.
and Switch. All the X is in a different place in everyone.
And it's because, like with Nintendo, you've got this, basically A is where circle would be on a PlayStation pad, but that's the main button, not where X would be. But on Xbox and PlayStation, the bottom face button's the main one. That's where it can get a little bit.
To me, the whole
you know.
I always talk about PlayStation ones because I was playing Splatoon with Glenn. It's like, how do I use my super thing? I was like, oh, press R1. I was like, what? Like R1, you know where R1 is? Because I have no idea what it's called on a Switch. Apparently it's R. And there's RT, which is the trigger. I don't know if that's on. I think that might be on the Xbox controller though, or is it RZ on the Switch? It's just like, oh Jesus, no, R1,
Yeah,
R2.
and I still to this day, I can't tell you what's X and what's Y on a Nintendo controller. I'm sure that it's based on like. Is the easy way to think about it like maybe horizontal, vertical axis or something like that? I don't know.
I remember it's the opposite. It's the opposite because X is square on an Xbox, and I think X is at the top on a Switch. Yeah, I'm right. Here it is. I've got one next to me. Limited says my two will be paid to win in boxes in games. I like cosmetics, like buffs, but buffs should not be winnable because it balances the game. Yeah, and also I like. It's not something I don't like, but I also I like games that where everyone's the same. So when it's multiplayer, you don't have an advantage by playing the game a lot longer. Maybe you've got cooler skins and stuff, but where you like Destiny 2, or Destiny multiplayer, you play that game, and like pretty much most multiplayer games I do, you play. You might have like a slightly better scope, or you might have a slightly better. Actually, no, forget that. I like it. I like earning. I like playing games to get better in them and have a little advantage because Call of Duty I do that. And it's actually more fun, I'd say, trying to like grind up those weapons. And it's quite fun getting to reset as well. Like I maxed out a few weapons on Call of Duty World War II and went and prestiged it. So you start off again with nothing, and it's quite fun doing the grind again.
I think Rocket League's a good example of a game that everybody like. I've played that game now for probably 1,000 hours across the the different consoles and on Switch and PC and wherever else. But I've earned nothing more to actually aid me in that game than somebody that's just playing it for the first time. I've got some skins and wherever else, but the core mechanics and the core vehicle that you use is identical. And I think that's why it does so well as an esport.
Yeah, actually, no. Two things that annoy me. One, gamers, people who you play against, they're awful. I don't like with multiplayer games. If you're playing a multiplayer game, there should be more. It should be easier for people who are just starting out in a multiplayer game to kind of get a hold of it and still be able to play multiplayer games, but without having like a torrent of abuse because they aren't playing it as well as some other people. Like, maybe your first 20 matches should be against other people who are playing their first 20 matches. I think that would be, or maybe like more, yeah, just make it so that you're able, like in Final Fantasy, Final Fantasy 14, you get put in it's called I don't know, it's a special kind of the novice network where they'll help you and learn things and you can ask people stuff. I just wish in multiplayer games they did that in all of them. Benny's a pussy, confirmed, get good. Rainbow Six Siege I deleted after one game because I got called a noob. I also think like when you're talking about customizing the HUD, I think as well, why don't games allow you to customize some of the things in the game? Just like let you mess around with stuff, turn things off, turn things on. One of my things is Zelda Breath of the Wild. Why not, once you complete the game, allow you to turn off weapon degradation? Like how
just turn it off anyway.
Hard? Yeah, I mean, turn it off anyway. But why not just have a a lot of people don't like that.
A new game plus type thing with a suite of options would be good, especially with a game like that. Yeah,
because it's not going to bug the game. Because people go, they can't do all these things because they'll have to do tests and make sure it doesn't crash the game and stuff. Like, surely just stopping the game, the weapons from degrading wouldn't cause any bugs. Just turn it off. Outlaw toxic communities. Yeah, that'd be good. Ban them all. Okay, next game. We'll go through quickly. Sekiro shadows dry twice. Yes, they do.
Yeah, we'll take that.
When they're very wet. Then it gets a bit lighter because we haven't got these confirmed. Mortal Kombat 11. Interested?
No.
Days Gone. Interested?
Yes.
I want to see more about that. I wonder if it's going to be a bit like Spider-Man. When I first saw the Spider-Man trailer, I was like, oh, it's just going to be loads of quick time events and
What's the
linear.
date on that?
26th of April.
I think that game will surprise a lot of people. Like clearly they needed more time with it. They've delayed it and stuff, but there's just such apathy towards that game. I think, even if it comes out as like a solid 8 out of 10, I think it'll surprise people a little.
It'll be one of those. It'll be like what's it called? The Detroit. It just has a real hardcore fans that talk about how great it is.
Hate that game.
Dauntless. Coming out in April,
Nope.
apparently. That's the Monster Hunter ripoff.
Yeah.
Super Meat Boy Forever.
Yeah.
And then in May, we've got only 2 games announced. Rage 2, which is single
I'm all over
player
that.
for some reason.
That'd be good.
And Team Sonic Racing.
I've heard they're pretty good.
Coming to PlayStation 4, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, and Windows. Then June 21st, Crash Team Racing, Nitro Fueled.
So how long between Sonic Racing and Crash Racing?
Exactly 1 month, 21st of May, 21st of June.
That's interesting.
Then Phoenix Point. Any?
Yeah, this is that another XCOM type game.
Andy
It looks pretty decent.
What's it? Melon's asking how long. Melon asks how long will we be? Probably like another till 5:30, I would say. No later than that. Red Dead Redemption 2 PC version? Not announced yet. Not announced. Andy says, I don't mind noobs, but I hate noobs who think they're the best. They must be humble. We'll say humble. Mark says that weapon degradation was a design choice to encourage exploration.
Yep.
But if you played it through it once, let's turn it off. We've explored.
It disencouraged combat. That's the problem.
Oh my god! Especially in the hard mode. Have you played the hard mode?
Yeah, it's bad.
Like you ruin a whole weapon just fighting one.
Health is just silly.
Yeah.
My weapons breaking. My weapons are breaking as the enemy's health has gone back up. It's like so infuriating.
Oh, you guys wrote the Oh god, that's the reason why I turned off hard mode. Actually, yeah, I stopped playing that. Also coming out on the 27th of August, Shenmue 3.
Yeah.
And then there's a few games here.
I reckon that'll be on Hottest Mess for us next year.
Oh, I won't be playing it. Unscheduled releases. We've got a few. I'm just looking at any that we might. Untitled Animal Crossing game.
Yeah, all over that.
Untitled Battletoads game.
Nope.
Catherine Full Body.
It's weird that because you've got there's basically a version of Catherine is coming to PS4, which has added content and quite substantial added content by the look of it. Like there's a new character in it, which I don't know if you've ever played that game, but to add a character, like there's not too many characters. There's quite a close knit kind of story in that. So to add another person seems like it must take a lot of work and it would impact the game quite a bit. But there's all the Sega are also teasing something on Steam, which people are assuming is just like a release of the original Catherine, because I think that this new Catherine is exclusive to PlayStation. So that's weird. They're kind of releasing the old one on PC, but then PlayStation's getting like a new upgraded version. But it's a good game, so let's get it out there. Like I played that on. It's one of the first games that I played on my Xbox One X. Was Catherine.
Need to play that. Seems like my type of game. And Dina says, Shenmue 3, I'm so hyped. If that's true, then play it and come on the podcast and tell us what it's like so that none of us have to play it. And Robert says, having just played Dying Light, degradation is handled well in that. I've just bought Dying Light actually on PC because I really wanted to play it, but in higher than 30 FPS. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, it's good.
And Melum says, Sekiro is going to be Game of the Year.
That's another one that wasn't on the Dying Light. Dying Light 2 wasn't on the wiki list, so that would definitely be in my top 10, but it's not on the list for some reason, which again, I'm guessing is because they probably haven't said this is a 2019 game.
Yeah. Code Vein.
Is.
I've heard loads of stuff about Code Vein.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
It's a upcoming action role-playing video game developed and published by Bandai Namco for PlayStation
Okay.
4, Xbox One, and Microsoft Windows, set in a post-apocalyptic dystopian setting with vampire themes, including gifts from the ... I can't click anymore.
That sounds alright.
Digimon Survive. It's
Sequel to Metal Gear Survive.
it's a survival strategy role-playing video game developed by
Seems like an odd genre for a Digimon game.
survival mode. It's
Pokemon Battle
coming out on
Royale.
everything. It's developed by the very well-known publisher Witchcraft.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah. Dragon Quest Builders 2.
See, I totally thought that was out
Yeah,
last
it
year
was.
in the West.
Not in the West. It was just Japan.
Yeah, but it was totally showing on. There must have been a kind of a misunderstanding at some point, but it was like showing on again on the kind of Western wiki list and stuff.
Yeah. No, that's why I was excited about it, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh, maybe I misread it. Dreams.
Yes.
COD into this.
Yes.
Final Fantasy 7. Oh no, that's for the Nintendo Switch and Xbox.
Oh yeah. Just the
Yeah, all the
normal
Final
game,
Fantasy games are due out this year on Switch, which seems kind of cool. I'm going to play it on. I really hope it's the one where you can, like, with the cheats enabled, where you can just like click
It
it in
will
on the
be, yeah.
PlayStation 4, clicking the button.
It'll be the PS4 version,
Yeah, I
which
hope
is the
so.
best one.
Crystal Chronicles remastered. Yeah.
I'll say I'll play it. It'll be on Switch. It'll be really fucking expensive, so maybe I won't. But I'm curious about that game because I never played it back in the day.
Oh, I did. I don't know. I don't understand why it's getting a remastered edition. It's got this really annoying music. It's great for the first hour, and then after like 6-7 hours of that music just going again and again and again, just drove me insane.
I just don't understand why Final Fantasy 8 isn't on that list. If you got something like Crystal Chronicles, but not, you got Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 9, Final Fantasy 10.
I think they're going to announce a
Final Fantasy.
remake. But the one,
No, I think there's something legal going on there because they're totally shunning that game.
I've heard it's because of the code. They don't have the code for it. A lot of people talk about that.
Seems unlikely. How would you not have the code for it?
And Dini says even if Shenmue is bad, I'll say it's good just because it's Japanese themed.
Racist.
Then we've got Fortnite. The Fortnite Save the World is supposed to be coming out. Gears of War 5 or Gears 5 it's just called, isn't it?
Well, they're actually releasing the Fortnite single player stuff.
Apparently. There's an unknown
It's a weird
date.
move. Cancel that, lads.
Gears 5. Yeah, bored of that now. In the Valley of Gods. That's the one we just talked about. Yeah. Kirby's Extra Epic Yarn.
I'm all right, thanks.
I'll tell you all about that in the Game of the Year section, don't worry.
Sure.
Mario Kart Tour for the iOS and Android. You remember that?
Oh yeah, that's the next mobile game, isn't it? That could be huge. Mario Kart sells so fucking much.
Mario Kart, it's going to be interesting how it works on the phone. Like, do you hold it to go left? I don't know. Medieval.
Yeah.
The remake.
Yeah.
Ori and
I'll be interested. The same reason that kind of it was interesting to look at Spyro and Crash in terms of the work that they're putting into it. Like I like how they're rebuilding those games, but I never, outside of a demo, I never played Medieval, so I haven't got any nostalgia from it.
And he says, "Oof, Fortnite Save the World, buggiest thing you'll ever play. It's not ready for release." I played it a bit on like launch day, and I don't remember it being buggy, but it wasn't.
I don't think they're going to release it.
No. We've got Ori and the Will of the Wisps. I still need to play the Blind Forest.
Yeah, I should go back and do the first one, really.
Untitled Pokemon game.
Yeah, really like that.
Psychonauts 2.
Do you know what? The first one has got some of the best writing ever in video games.
Oh, I'll have to play that then. Skull and Bones, we were saying. Could be interesting.
Yeah, could be.
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is apparently scheduled for Q4.
Oh, yes, please.
Please be good. It's developed by Is it Respawn? Yes.
Hot.
If it's developed by Respawn, I'm excited because they're the guys that did Titanfall 2.
Apparently there's Titanfall 3 coming out this year as well, though.
Yeah, it's not down on here, but if it is...
Yeah, it hasn't been announced, but that's what the rumours are saying.
Give me a Battle Royale game. Give me a battle royale. Well, not battle royale game, but a battle royale mode in Titanfall, where you can either be in a mech with like really strong armor, but obviously everyone can see you, or you can sneak around. Yeah. The Surge 2.
I
Why?
can't believe that's actually
No.
getting a sequel.
I don't understand why the Surge 2 is getting a sequel, but it has the potential to be good. I liked their theme.
It's Souls are like in a world where there's Sekiro's coming out this year. Do you know what I mean? Like that's coming from. I just don't think there's that much room for B tier solo like games really.
Untitled.
We'll see.
Untitled Goose Game.
Goose Game.
Yeah, Untitled Goose Game. It's an upcoming stealth game developed by House. In the game, players control a goose and are tasked with a series of challenges to bother human characters.
Goose from Top Gun.
I have no idea. Just you're a goose and you have to bother people.
Okay.
Vampire is coming to the Switch. I didn't know that. Wolfenstein Youngblood. That looks interesting.
Yeah.
World of Warcraft Classic. And then the final one, really, on Aldous Yes, but also Yakuza 5.
Oh, there you go then.
Do you want to hear some video game-based film releases? There are 4.
Yeah,
we'll do it in...
Detective Pikachu's on there, isn't
Detective Pikachu? Can you think of the other? You can think of at least one of the others.
Can I?
Starring Jeff Fowler as the director. So not really starring him.
As the director? Is that a character?
No. Let's have a look. Who is... I don't know who's in it. It's a Sega game movie.
Oh, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic the Hedgehog!
Yeah.
Also, Dynasty Warriors.
A film of Dynasty Warriors?
Yes. With
I feel
Roy...
they're making a new Mortal Kombat film.
Yeah, it's not due out. And
What's the other
also
one?
the Angry Birds movie 2 got a sequel.
Okay. Good man.
August the 16th. Yeah.
Good for them. Nice to see them still getting work.
Yeah, you don't need talent to work. There you go.
Yeah.
Also, hardware release. In July, we're getting an Atari VCS.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Exciting.
Yeah.
2020, we've only got 3 games scheduled for 2020.
What's that then?
Death March Club.
Okay.
Gridiron Champions.
Right.
And System Shock. There's a remake of old school. There you go. Yeah, I think that'll do us. Wait a sec, what we've got in the chat. Titanfall 3, I
It's
want
pretty
that.
comprehensive.
Yeah, pretty much. No Battle Royale though. Well, maybe. Yeah, I mean, Battle Royale. It's not. I mean, it's called Battle Royale, but it used to just be called. What did it used to be called? A Battle Royale game or mode?
Deathmatch.
Yeah, hardcore deathmatch. Like you die, you're dead. That's it. It's hardcore mode. I used to play Battle Royale mode on Grid. It would be called now the Battle Royale mode. Instead, it was just called a hardcore. Yeah, you play it on hardcore mode. Yeah, it would be great. I loved playing Grid. No, was it Grid 2? Yeah, Grid 2 online. It was amazing, especially on hardcore because you play it, and then everyone would get terminal damage on like the first corner. But if you played it safe, you could get to the end and win it. Great game. All right. Well, Jordan, do you have anything to say?
For myself, not really. No.
Oh,
Hope everyone's having a nice 2019 so far.
how can we find you?
Probably shouldn't.
Bad idea. Don't look for what you don't want to see.
You can't handle the truth.
So yeah, I'm you find me. This will be just for the podcast because I'm going to continue the stream later. But yeah, I'm youtube.com/BiggusBennus, twitch.tv/BiggusBennus, BiggusBennus1 on Twitter, but just normal BiggusBennus everywhere else pretty much. That's it. livejasmine.com/Jordan Reese with an S. That's his Live Jasmine.
I'm gonna click that just to make sure. Yeah, that doesn't go anywhere. Thank God. Okay.
I think Angry Birds was based on Loose Women or The View. I'm not sure, one of the two.
Oh, Ben.
Jordan pretending to be playing flighty for today. All right, well, I'm going to take a be right back. I'm going to be joined by a secret guest to play some
Who is it?
Rainbow Six Siege. It's a secret, Jordan. That's
It's Malum, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Malum. Malum's going to be joining me for some Rainbow Six Siege duo stream coming up in about 10 minutes. But so stick around, and thank you very much, Jordan, for joining me for this early 2019 podcast for episode 86. We're going to get to episode 100 this year, aren't we?
We'll have to do something for that.
Yeah.
When are you back in the UK?
June or July, probably.
There we go. We'll do it then.
Yeah.
We'll do a live episode all in the same place.
We'll wait. Oh my God, we can. Well, if I move back to Cardiff or wherever, I could end up get Jordan over every Sunday.
Yeah.
There we go. Do you drive?
No.
No. Well, I'm not picking you up, so you have to get a bus.
We have trains and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
If you're living in Cardiff.
Oh,
Yeah.
cost an arm and a leg they do.
Mm.
Yeah. All right. Well,
let's not review the public transport system as well as everything else that we've done on the show. Let's just
the one thing that the
take it
UK
outside
does
and kill it.
terribly though is public transport. Jesus Christ. All right. Bye bye.
ta-da.